John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, "Hey, look, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt." La 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 la, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, "Hey, look! There goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt." La 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 la, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, "Hey, look, there goes John Jacob Jingleheimer." That was very funny. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. Is everyone in? Okay, good. All right, we good? We good? Everything good? Looks like we're good. Chat room, test. Test on the chat. Test on the chat room. Okay. I think we're good to go. Brought to you by Milton Bradley, a family company.
Okay. Is it?
Hello.
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 A lot of maniacal
Greetings.
laughing for logistics.
And salutations. Welcome, everyone, to the next exciting episode of the Brace Techs, brought to you by...
Yes.
Alright.
By LP Curios.
We're losing responses after that.
By LP Curios. LP Curios. They're Norwegian.
Very Norwegian.
Well,
Violently so.
Violently Norwegian.
Come on down to the curio shop.
The Curio Shop. Buy yourself a
Curio
nice
shop.
Curio Shop.
Get a Webkin's diamond.
Ooh, come on down to the Curio Shop. Maybe buy yourself a clue. Ha! Got him. Please,
Nice.
somebody give me the recap. Please.
We didn't roll a d6 yet.
Fucking do it. Someone
Already did it
just-
last week.
Somebody-
Oh, hi,
Wrong.
Oh my god. How about this? You don't have to
Alright,
do
Hypers,
it,
get
and
in
you
there.
don't get anything. How about that?
Hypers, get in there. He
did it last
Hypers,
I did it last week.
Oh. Fuck, who else? Okay, roll again.
6.
0-3. Alright, get in there. Joe.
We're good, Joe.
you-
Get the recap.
Alright, Joe, get in there.
I don't even know what we did last week.
God damn
Make
it.
something up.
It doesn't make
It had to be a
sense.
recap. It didn't have to be accurate.
You know it's not
Recap.
supposed to be a chore, right? It's something that you... What the fuck?
If you say that we want to do,
Guys, come on, we debrief the Baron. Come on.
okay.
Don't make
We
me do
debrief
this for
the
my
Baron.
card.
We may have gotten Anisha killed pending discovery.
Good.
We
Uh-huh.
decided on the direction we're going, and we're gonna be good Baron boys.
Uh-huh.
Because fuck the Kalkatashian gods.
Okay.
And we're gonna simp for Ozin. Not.
What?
But we're not gonna be mean to Ozin. We're gonna pay the price.
Okay.
We're gonna break
I
up.
don't remember that discussion.
I don't remember that discussion either.
Yeah, no, we had that. Yeah, about Gizinarok or Brass Baron.
Then what about what you mentioned
The
Ozin? What
Ozin
about
one.
Ozin? I didn't hear a single Ozin.
Yeah, we talked about Ozin, didn't we?
And then what do you specifically talk about? What do we agree
I
on?
hate it here.
Do your own recap, motherfucker.
You know what?
Fine. Last week we went back to the Brass Baron. We finally went back home. We debriefed the Baron. We came across the fantastic company that is the Abacus and the Bloody Rose guys. We're not familiar with the other three. However, they do seem to belong to a mercenary company of their own. We spoke to the Brass Baron. We handed him the crown. Brockha was announced Major of the Brass Tax. Wonderful. We went on with our discussions on how we wish to proceed on from here on. We were given a choice between infiltrate the logistics of the Metherian Church. We could do the good old vanilla, rush into Monhau and beat the shit out of the Metherians. And we were given a choice between going after Gezen Iraq. We've decided to become military guys. So here you have Brockha, our major, and everybody else a captain. Very wonderful. Everybody but Balthazar is now a lord. We hold title now, and we are a knight. Fantastic. And now we are talking about how do you want to go around this,
Thank you, Nora.
and maybe initialize it.
Here, have an inspiration. Although I'm
Excellent.
tempted
I
not to
will-
give it to you, but still.
I
Have it
will
anyway.
humbly accept it.
I would humbly.
Humbly.
Oh my
Hungry.
God. I will humbly accept it.
I have 9/10 of an inspiration.
Thank you.
You really do
And
sound like
Stay closer to South
I
Park.
legit remembered none of that. All I remember from last session is gay rocks. That's all I remember.
Mm.
Bro, you have amnesia or something? What the-
I was probably on some gummies.
Why does Nora
Yeah.
actually sound like Mickey Rooney doing a terrible like Asian accent? Oh, I humbly expect.
well, maybe he just got it right all along, and you guys just didn't know.
That's you got me.
Okay, so what are we on about? We had to discuss something, no?
So, guys, I'm thinking we go with the Brass Fisters. What do you think?
Okay. I like the Brass Fisters. What do you guys think?
No. What? Let's not.
Why not?
Um.
That strikes fear into the hearts of our enemies.
Oh, how careful! Oh, the Brass Fisters.
The Brass Apostates.
That sounds
Brass
stupid.
Apostate-
I like
ah,
Brass Fisters.
No.
That's immediate.
I don't know.
If you guys
They're
made
like-
your name the Brass Fist, I would laugh so fucking hard, dude.
No, the Brass
Yeah.
Fisters.
Fisters.
Yes, I know, but that would make Lolly so bad.
No, we're not giving credence to the fucking Ragnar's fist. God damn it!
I love the Brass Fisters.
Brass Fisters. It's time to start fisting.
Mm-hmm.
I serve the Brass Baron, boy.
All right.
Anybody else have a name suggestion?
Just gonna check the notes. We've got.
We have notes for this.
Oh yeah, I got some notes. We got Dufresne on here. Anyone for a Dufresne
Daddy.
company?
Nah.
I mean, like,
Okay.
well, once we find Ornstead's recovered, it might be a bit awkward.
We've got what is it? This? Just says fuck Metheria.
I mean,
I like
like
that
this.
one, but
that's
this is much better.
It's not really a
I
proper
like
name.
Materia, but it lacks class, you know?
It does.
How about
We got Sun Shadow Company.
Oh,
I
No.
mean, that one's
Honestly,
not bad.
it's like
that
Not
one's not
bad.
that bad.
Okay.
you know, it's like visiting Saphira once and then being like, hey, let's name ourselves the Saphira Company, you know?
And then this one just says I'm hungry in Brokar's writing.
But that works. Strikes fear in
Oh,
the eyes of
hungry.
the enemy.
How hungry?
Well,
How hungry?
how fresh is the body?
What the fuck?
And are they
Flexible?
enemies of the Brass Baron?
Okay.
What is he hungry for? I'm hungry for action. I'm
Let's do
hungry
it.
for blood.
Let's do a show of hands. Actually, this is a good question. Billy,
Yeah?
are you staying aboard? If you're staying aboard, you get a vote.
Oh,
Billy Fisters. And I'm just making like
Yeah,
a
fishes.
fisting motion.
I join him.
Billy is now under peer pressure.
Don't succumb to peer pressure, Billy. It's all right.
Are you gonna listen to the dumb fighters or the ranger? Hmm?
Silver, he's a fighter.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
More of it than you are. Still, go on. Brass fistus.
What about the
Fist.
what about the brass blades?
Eh.
Oh,
It seems like we might have
I do
messed
like
up
that.
somewhere along his nut. I think we might have messed up a little bit in the middle of his training, but
Silver.
Fisters. Say fisters.
Brass fisters. I mean, like, is there any like I don't know. Is there like a name for like someone that like gives the king their crown?
Errors?
what a servant.
A bishop? A pope?
I mean, did you say poke?
You're gonna be the Brass Popes.
You
We're
said
not
who?
gonna be the brass popes.
Brass
Brash
bishop.
bishop sounds good.
You just
Yeah.
like that.
How
You like that
offended
alliteration,
would
don't
the
you,
person in
Billy?
this area be when they hear our name? Like,
It tastes.
would
Yeah,
that
it
just
tastes
be
a lot like
total
the church.
heresy?
Right.
Well, what about?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
Brass peanut.
No.
No.
That has to be the single most brain dead name I've ever come across.
What about the brass bastards?
Eh.
I like that.
That.
I kind of like that one.
I as well like that. Is anybody against that?
Is there
I'm pretty
anyone that is not a
50-50.
bastard in this company?
I'm pretty
Just
sure
kidding.
I'm
the
not.
Brass Bastards and the Brass
I'm also
Fisters.
not a bastard.
I'm not.
You're
I
the
just-
single biggest bastard in this company, Joseph. I don't want to hear from you.
I can trace my lineage. It's gonna shut up.
Don't you trace your lineage back to horses? Remember that being a big deal where you were from.
Yeah,
What?
it traces back to horses.
What?
This coming from
Don't go there.
Are you about
Go on,
to
say
say?
it.
You,
What's that?
you won't
What are
win.
you
Are
gonna
you-
say about sharks, huh?
Bro said
Now what
you
are you
won't
gonna
win.
do, huh?
Are you
Don't
about to say a
Hey.
slur, Mr. Broseph?
Go on. I'm listening.
Billy. Elias, cover Billy's ears.
You won't. Billy, listen up. You're a man now. Go on. Shoot. Say what you want to say, you little shit.
Listen here, Gilneck.
Yeah?
Gil-
No, actually, I
Gil-
can't think of any
Gil-
slurs for sure.
Gilneck? How about fish freak
I don't want to call him a freak. That'd be mean.
or fin finesser?
Scaly.
Finesse.
That's just strange.
The sloppy second.
Oh God.
That what?
Listen here,
Okay,
catfucker.
that might not. Hmm.
Billy
Yeah, we did
will
fuck
learn.
with Elias quite a
Billy
bit.
will watch
Broke our-
Broseph use slurs.
Broke our
You're
lips. started to
poorly.
quiver. He's
Oh,
held
let
back
me make
tears.
Billy will remember this.
just for my own sake. Words are said.
He starts lip quivers. How could you? You
Oh.
bastard. Brass bastard. Hey! I told you he's the
Hey.
biggest bastard of them all. Alright,
It was
but what is your actual selection?
Yeah.
What do you-
Let's actually
I think-
vote. Let's do 1 for Brass Bastards, 2 for Brass Fisters.
Sun Shadow Company.
I want to give it a chance.
I want to give it a chance. Come on, Fisters.
Okay. Where are we doing this? Are we doing this in Foundry chat?
Just do
Let's
it
just stay in
in
Foundry.
chat.
Fuck it.
Okay,
Just
we're
do
gonna
it
stay in
now.
Foundry chat. All right. Is everybody tied to their
Hey,
selection?
hey, what the fuck? What happened to Sun Shadow?
It died.
Yeah, forget about
so
that.
far out of
Nah,
there.
forget about
Forget
that.
about it. We're deciding this in character.
The Major is taking command.
We moved on so fast. It was a good name, but
Silence recruit. You're speaking to a bunch of captains and majors here.
What about the Brass Shadow?
The
The
Brash,
Brash
Shadow.
Shadow.
Actually, Brass Shadow. Let's put that in there for number 3.
Okay,
That
fine.
does-
Number 3,
alright.
Brash Shadow.
I like that one.
Brash
White
Shadow.
Shadow.
The White Shadow.
All right, everybody have your number ready?
okay, yep.
All right. Billy, you're joining in, by the way.
Yeah, Billy's voting.
3, 2, 1, post.
Wow, you guys are all bitches, I say.
I see a lot of 3s. I see 3 3s.
Why am
No,
I the
that's
only one who
two- that's
voted for
two-
Brass Fisters?
Oh, that is 3 3s.
I am by myself in the Brass Fisters.
I don't know why we're.
In
I
the
was
vast
going to.
loneliness.
I was going to, but then Brass Shadow actually sounds pretty good. So,
So Brash Shadow.
yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank
Yay.
God I got here in time.
Wait,
It was just
Don't pat
sprinting
Siva
the
hasn't
door.
voted yet, has he?
He was the one who suggested Brash Shadow.
God damn it.
Don't cut yourself now, H-Lot.
I
Okay.
mean, we are.
I
Okay.
guess.
Brash Shadow.
Brash
Well,
Shadow.
I guess.
The Brash
I guess-
Shadow.
I guess Brokha is gonna have to break it to the Baron, huh? Brass Shadow.
Yeah, and we're taking the route along the mountains. Is that what we're landing on? For...
Please
think
no, we
we-
want to take the
Unless-
chemical wagon.
We're going for the hills so we can take the wagon with us.
I think it's best we have the discussion in the middle of with the Brass Baron. I think he can offer us more insight in that regards.
I think we would just waste his time with that discussion.
I'm gonna think if we
Waste
ask-
his time. 120 men is. I'm sure he will waste
Okay,
his time.
so here's a conditional. The mountains we have a decent shot at because we have Brokar. Having a navigator in the mountains is gonna go a long way.
It's traversing it, not navigating it. That's the
Yeah.
issue.
So I think if we can take the cart, would you be okay going on the mountain, Silver?
I mean, can we?
I mean, we'll ask the Baron that. If we can, then we go the mountains. If we can't, then we go the hills.
Clever. So how about we get the Baron here and then we'll talk about it.
Oh, we're going to the map.
We're teleporting.
Oh, never mind, we're astral projecting.
No, I'm taking you to the map. So you're looking at the map, making this decision.
So what? You think here? Last I checked, there was demons up there. Or Mytherans were. No, sorry, not demons. Like Mytherans were up there.
They're
That was like half a
everywhere.
year ago, but
They're like cockroaches.
that's true. Can we fight in?
Well, the only reason I was suggesting I thought you guys might want to go along the mountains is because didn't a few of you want to try and stop by Demon's Deep and chat with the dwarves?
I mean, that'd be a longer thing because they'd be crafting with the dwarves and such.
Yeah, it's more downtime activity
Yeah,
than
just-
on the campaign.
Well, I
Passively
mean,
mentioned
well,
would
I
be
mean,
nice,
you guys remember the 3 options, right?
yeah,
Yeah, we pretty much voted
the-
out.
we
the
voted
naval
out
option.
the navy thing because the rest of us are afraid of water. After
So
you
no
know,
Navy stuff. Got it.
the dragon,
Lame.
Pussy.
Cowards.
not afraid of the
what's
fairy
that?
in the water. Afraid of everything else.
So I think there is the part where we disrupt the Mytherans' logistics, where we take away the teleportation things. Okay, the teleportation part I'm not sure. I don't know that in character, but from my understanding, logistics on how they manage to travel that quickly. And my understanding is they travel underneath.
Actually, logistic. I mean, considering the state of war we're at, I mean, going after the enemy's logistics, kind of makes sense.
Right, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they're kind of banking on traveling long distance super quickly without their enemies really
Guys,
knowing how they're doing it.
Guys, I just had a
Right,
I
we
just
could-
had a I just had a revelation. If they took Mornhow, they could just go right up to from the Pale City, they could just walk their logistics. So I don't think we're winning that one.
Well, that's the idea of the naval route will cut off their logistics and
Yeah,
land
that's
behind
the-
Warnhowl.
That's the point of the naval one, is to go behind them and cut off their approach. You go up, you go around, and then you hit them from the side and cut them off from their logistics. Or from their supply line. There's also the Matharians in the mountains, taking them, so you have an alternate lanes of attack, or pushing through here. Those are your three
What are the
options.
odds we'd actually be able to take the alchemical cart through the mountains?
I mean, you could, but I mean, you'd have to go along the pass, which is already going to take a while. Like, you can take it with you, but the cart's going to be
A hindrance?
not really a hindrance. It's just going to slow you, or in the mountains.
We're gonna have to drop it somewhere at some point. That's my belief.
I think we just go the straight route through the hills with the main force.
Through the pines.
All that thinking, and we still go for a straight line.
Well, remember there's that
Yes.
thing in the Twisting Pines that we heard about.
That
The Fagate?
the Fagate, yeah.
The Figate. We can stop by there.
Why
I
would you
mean,
want
if
to do
there's
that?
time.
Man,
I think there might be a bit of confusion. It's like you're going to be traveling with your men,
Yeah.
so you're going to
Yeah.
be going slow anyway. Like, you're not going to be going at adventurer's pacing.
Oh, right.
that's true.
Yeah,
Right.
Like, that's going to
Right,
be the
supplies
case
also
anyway.
come-
I think that being the case, I think we go for the mountains then.
Right. I mean, yeah, mountain sounds good. As long as we can carry our supplies up, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, no matter
Okay.
what, you're going to be going at march pace, right? And then the mountains are just going to be slower because mountains are slower. But mountains also give you a lot of things like the ability to have outposts built. You can look out at trajectories. You can see enemy movement. You can attack from a vulnerable point. More than how the terrain's going to be different to deal with, so you have to keep that in mind. Mountain fighting's hard, but I mean, it's like each of these has a unique challenge, right? So,
Yes.
What's
Which
the
one is
challenge
it?
in the hills?
well, the challenge in the hills is that the Twisted Pines specifically has a lot of ambush points. It is also there is a third-party presence there, one that is on neither side, and you'll have to deal with them as well.
Yeah, those demons in the mirrors. They're probably infesting that area right now.
Next conspiracy theory.
So, what is our option at the moment? Mountains, naval, not happening. Twisting Pines. Is there a fourth option?
Well, these
Yeah.
are the three options
Freedom,
presented.
write more stuff.
Well, no, these are the three options presented by the Brass Baron. If you have something you want to propose, you can do that. So if you guys can come up with a better strategy, then by all means, write one up and present it to him. Remember, you're a part of the war now. Like, you can do that.
But I don't have one. This is
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like what else would be worth doing.
Right.
Because whatever we do, we have to ultimately end up at Mornhowl to help with the siege there. So we can't just like go down to Haikyo or East Soul.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. That's against.
none of that's worth going to really, unless we're gonna go back up and just cut through the demon wastes, and then that would be.
Well, is there another way upwards? That's the question.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Please do not take this as any actual suggestions of what you want to do, because I want you to have agency, but I also want to expand your mind on things you can think about, right? So how you train your men is going to decide which one of these particular routes you can go. That'll make it more viable and what you can do there. For example, if you wanted to go mountain, like you wanted to go through the mountain range, you could train your men to be mountaineers, right? You could train them for climbing. You could train them for ambush tactics. You could turn them into quite advantageous combat commandos in the mountains, right? You could also decide to instead build a siege team force, which would then build watchtowers, combat engineers, and even build maybe even trebuchets and start throwing shit directly into Mornhowl from the mountains. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like these are things you can do. Once again, I'm not telling you things for the hopes that you'll pick them. I'm just showing you what you're, trying to get your brains going on how you can approach it.
I got you.
Do we have the coordinates of the angel? Because we do know that that's our target, yes, the angel. Do we have the coordinates of the angel?
It's in Mornhell.
Or the rough idea?
In Mornhell.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
So
at
no
least
specifics.
that was the last it was spotted. It could be somewhere else, but that's one of the things that you'll be specialized in dealing with is the angel.
Mm.
Okay, so I got
Okay.
2 questions for you guys. First,
I'm going to go to the
will be
bathroom, but I'm
obvious.
listening. I'm listening on my headset.
Okay.
Right.
So let's just narrow this down: mountains or twisting pines.
I think
There you go.
mountains.
Oh, there we go. We'll do another
Let's vote it.
countdown.
Sure.
Three.
Well, let's talk about it first. Like, anybody have any thoughts specifically?
I am
Because I
for
haven't
the
heard
Twisting
much.
Pines because I think it'll be more direct, upfront kind of military stuff. It'll be more large scale stuff. It'll be more.
I think it'll be
you know,
the
army
exact
combat.
opposite of that. I think it's going to be a ton of guerrilla warfare, and
Well, you can't mobilize a massive army through the mountains, so I think the mountains is going to be sparser. The Twisting
Yeah,
Pines
but I
is where
think-
the majority of the Brass Baron's men will be going.
yeah, but I think the brass, the mountains will be more helpful because we can build outposts as we go.
But what does
Speaking
what-
from well, hold on. Let me speak on personal experience, right? If you're traveling through the forest, it's going to be a lot slower than the mountains. Like, we're not talking about difficult terrain. We're talking about sticky terrain, right? We're talking about water. We're talking about river. We're talking about mud, things like that. It's going to be
That
much,
doesn't even
much, much
take into
slower.
account the constant ambushes from the Matharian guerrilla forces hidden throughout there.
Right, like
The
out of all the
Matharian
terrains,
Viet Cong
jungle is
out
the
there
slowest terrain.
waiting for us.
right? Like, out of all the terrain, jungle is, in my opinion, the slowest terrain. You cannot move an army very quickly in jungle terrain. I just so you know, when I was marching 120 kilometers, it took me 1 week to finish it on foot.
Mm.
That's how long it took, right? If it's a single plane terrain, it could have been done under 2-3 days, or even a single day if you
to me,
high
the
pace.
most interesting part about the Twisting Pines is the scale of the military engagements there. That is why I'm going to be voting for that.
Yeah,
That's
and I
gonna be
think that
my
makes sense for Broseph. And I agree with that for your character. I'm more pro mountain.
Yeah, I get that.
Same,
These are in-character
I'm with Mountain
decisions
as well.
based on what we
Yep.
want.
All right, guys, let's post your numbers. Unless there's more to say, I think we pretty much got down the pros and cons
mean-
of both areas.
I mean, what's
I haven't
what's
heard
better
Civ talk
together?
yet.
Hmm? Uh,
Elias, what's your opinion?
either fine. I like
Okay.
the idea
You're
of the
good either
mountains
ways.
more.
Okay. Balthazar?
I mean, like, which one's better for gathering stocks? If they're just like the same, I'd just say mountains then.
Oh, Twisting Pines would be
Both,
better.
really. Well,
Twisting Pines would probably be better then, but we have so many people who are specialized in nature. Stocks are not going to be a problem. Regardless.
That's
I
true.
don't- we can stock up before we go as well, so it's not too much to worry about.
I know. I
Clifford?
count down and everyone just Cleveland. I haven't heard
Cleveland?
you talk.
Yeah.
I mean, like, ever since I became a vampire, I've been able to climb stuff a lot better. It's probably the mountains.
Yeah. Also, I don't think you can cross running river, right? I'm worried that the jungle has a lot of running river issue. Because that's one thing about jungles as well, is the running river.
Oh yeah, moving waters. Yeah.
Yeah, moving waters.
That's something to be
That is one
concerned
of the common things. I mean, where do you think you
Guys,
get the moisture
we
from?
Guys,
literally
the
passed
ocean isn't
running-
moving.
We passed running water going to the Frozen Crown outside the castle.
Well, the point here is, if we can avoid it, we should.
Okay.
It's not a case of past experience. Hey, we've done it before. Yeah, no shit, we could have done it again. But if we can avoid it, we should avoid it.
Okay.
All right, let's count down and everyone just post your numbers in Founder chat.
Everybody
All
ready?
right, Broka, do the count.
All right, 3, 2, 1, post.
Yeah.
Wow, that's overwhelming.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now, do we want to discuss
Sorry,
how
Kenneth.
we're going to?
Bitch made choice, but okay.
Do we want to discuss how we're going to train our company then?
All right, so
We wanna train-
I like
Now-
the ambushing guys. Oh,
now
sorry.
that you've kind of decided on what you're going to do, now I can start expanding stuff. I have a lot of rules for you guys to look at so that we can start making some decisions. Okay, so first up, we have let's see, is this it? This is the wrong one.
So before we start on that, do you know how long of a downtime do we have?
I will tell you that in a moment.
Alright.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That was like lightning speed coming to terms with
Yes.
brass tags. Like
That's the fastest. That's the fastest time with.
We're getting better at it.
Okay.
We're learning how to do it.
So, hold on, chat. I'm going to have to take over one of the monitors here because I have a lot of stuff to go with everybody. So, not including you guys, there are about approximately 120 soldiers under your command that are fresh-faced. They are ready to be trained. So, from them, you have a few choices. And they are... Okay, so your basic start is you have 120 men, and of those 120 men, you have 4 overarching categories that you can choose to train them in. They are knights, cavalry, archer, and infantry. Now, there's a couple of things to keep in mind here. The basic ones are cavalry, archer, and infantry, whereas knights are the elite units. They also vary in how expensive they are. They vary in what kind of things they can be trained in, and also what kind of munitions and equipment that they require in order to function, as well as how much it is required to upgrade them, as well as how much upkeep that they require for their travel. So, let's talk about this one piece at a time. A basic infantryman comes with a weapon and a shield, most notably a sword. So sword and shield, and they cost a total of 100 gold to train, and they have a 10 gold piece upkeep.
What's the period of upkeep?
Period of upkeep is determined by months in service.
Got it.
So each month. So you need to be able to pay them. So that 10 gold piece includes paying them their stipend, providing equipment for them to maintain it, providing food, which is the majority of it, lodging if necessary.
This does not include training, yes?
No, that's just the barest minimum of soldier.
And we pay upkeep
Gotcha.
while they're training, right?
No. You pay
Okay.
upkeep when they are deployed.
Understood.
Oh, okay.
Can we
Yeah.
change out the sword to another thing without affecting
No,
the cost?
we'll get to that.
Okay.
But no, you can't.
Oh,
That goes into like formations and stuff like that, which requires specialized weapons and things like that. But generally speaking, it's sword or spear. Both have their strengths and cons. For basic archers, they cost 150 gold. And they have a 15 gold piece upkeep. That's a unarmored projectile weapon and 40 ammunition.
40.
So they're unarmored and they have a longbow?
No, projectile weapon. Longbows, short bows, crossbows of various
Okay.
types. All those different things are decided. And each of them have a different effect that they have in that regards. As for cavalry, which is the next bit, they have a basic cost of 250 gold. And they have an upkeep cost of 50 gold.
Oh, that's not.
A basic knight is 500 gold pieces to train. And has an upkeep of 100 gold pieces. Alright, so those are all the basic forms. Now, there are augmentations that you can make to any of these basic setups. You can get them masterwork weapons. You can get them actual armor because infantry and archers don't come with armor. You can get them specialized training. You can get them that's pretty much it. Those things. But
Question.
Yeah.
You said infantry and armor come with no armor. Does cavalry come with armors?
cavalry does come with armor.
What do they wear?
Cavalry wears light armor.
Light armor.
And
Do they
knights?
come with horses?
Knights are custom. They come with medium and heavy armor.
Okay.
Okay.
Do they take the same amount of time to train?
The amount of time to train these horses is not relevant.
Understood.
What
Because
about
you're,
spellcasters?
because you're pulling them from the Brass Baron's men.
So we're reimbursing the training cost, basically.
More or less.
What about spellcasters?
Okay,
Do we
so
have
let's-
access to them?
Hold on. So those are ancillary troops. So ancillary troops are going to be arcane casters, divine casters, and let's see, specialists. So arcane and divine and specialists all have custom costs depending on what you want. If you wanted a sorcerer that deals damage, it'll cost the amount equal to the level of spells that they can cast. That equivalent is to hold on, let me open this. Hold on a second. Okay, so for the hold on, I got that wrong. For the arcane, the formula is the max spell level that character is capable of casting times 100 gold pieces is its basic training cost. And then 20% of that total cost is its upkeep cost. The same is true for divine spellcasters. Specialists come in 3 varieties that the Brass Baron has access to. They are assassins. Assassins have a basic cost of 300 gold pieces. And they have no upkeep cost because of Mr. Silver's Isola connection.
Oh.
Very spicy.
Let's see. Other than Assassin, you have Spy, which has a 300 basic cost, and it costs 20% of that. And then finally, Combat Engineer, which costs 1,000 gold pieces to train. Has an upkeep cost of 10% of that, and those are the characters that are going to give you access to things like building watchtowers, palisades, encampments, things like that.
The valuable ones.
They are very valuable, yes.
Very valuable.
The Brass Baron has given you a starting stipend of 10,000 gold pieces to build your soldiers. You can add your own money if you wish.
Does anybody have a total account of our money?
Yeah. How much money do we send over to the Brass Baron when we were at the Sanguine Tower?
You mean the IOU that was written?
Yeah, the IOU.
All of
Sorry.
it. No one took it.
But they were safekeeping it for us now. We should be able
Well-
to reach it now.
It's a question. Where was the loot from the Sanguine Tower brought back before it was raided?
Rosef, you have the IOU. How much did you give over?
What do you mean I have the IOU?
You were the one to hand over the gold to them. How much gold do you have from the Sanguine Tower? What's the total amount?
I'm pretty sure that was written on my sheet before the sheet was deleted and had to be remade. I can go back in the VODs and check.
I mean, it's irrelevant, because
Yeah.
anything that you didn't take with you is the Brass Baron's.
Yeah.
But that's why you took over the tower.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you worked for him, not the other way around.
Yep.
So anything you didn't take with you is his when he claimed it.
The ancient gold that we have. Can we have it
Yeah, we need to liquidate all that.
converted? Yeah, can we liquidate all that now?
Yeah,
Just
you
to
can.
clarify our
You
total
can.
of count. Yeah.
Does it liquidate
can
the ×3 value?
Yeah, it liquidates properly.
Good.
I'm just everybody just type out how many ancient gold and platinum you have.
Put that in notes.
In Foundry.
I think I wrote it down. I've got.
We have 800 gold.
I have this much.
It's like
Please
I've
tell me
just
you guys got something.
100 ancient platinum.
Anyone else? 700. Ancient what, Balthazar?
Oh, gold.
Tap it up. Thank you.
Bro.
I'm doing it. Wait. Okay.
I kn-
Perfect.
I know we managed to take all of the ancient platinum, so if we know what that
Mhm.
was.
45,000.
1, 2, 3. Sif, how much do you take? Billy, how much did Billy take?
Billy?
Yeah, Billy.
Let
How
me
much
look.
did Billy take?
Carrying capacity. I think he had. Hold on, let me check.
I have them written down as 400 ancient platinum.
100?
Oh, there you go.
So
If you have Siva, do you have it all written down?
I think I had everything but yours, because I don't think.
Yeah, I took
That,
240. Exchanged the gold that I had with gold from the pile.
That's what I have written down.
Thank you. I'll go do it. Let me just do the conversion real quick.
While you're doing that, I gotta step away for a minute.
All I need to do
I'll
is
still be able to hear you guys, but I'll be right back.
yeah, we literally got all the platinum, so that's easy
Yep.
enough. That's 45,000 gold.
So let's just calculate the gold on this is 1,400.
I got it.
Thank you.
One plate is 10 gold, yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the ancient platinum is 3 times regular platinum.
So that would be the amount of gold if all of it was liquidated, including platinum into gold.
Wait, no, not like that.
Oh, you're right. I moved the number to the side. Yep. It's 40. It's just 45k plus 3.4k. 420. Let's go.
48, 420. All right, this is our total gold count then. So we have a total of
Then like plus 10k.
420 plus 10.
But that's if we want to use all of that on them.
Yeah, the 10k is specifically only for building your troops.
Yeah.
You could add your
That's
own
about-
gold if you really want to, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So
Well, to increase our odds, I think that's a good idea. Well, not all, but a portion of it. We have plenty, right?
Yeah.
For that. So
Yeah.
let's just have that in mind. So good to have that money in our head, right?
I mean,
Okay,
here's a question, Arcadum.
Yeah.
After this is done, after the plot to take Mornhowl, will we retain and assuming we remain in the Brassbeards' employ, will the company remain under us?
Yeah, that's the intention.
Okay, so
As
this
long
is
as
money
you-
that we're
as-
investing that we will perpetually
As long as
retain.
you don't like fucking,
kill them all.
Do treason or some shit like that.
Okay.
Hey, don't we have like 180 anointed silver?
We have 160, and it's on Mr. Silver.
I have 160 on hand. Sorry, I have 180.
Oh, 180. I guess like you got 20 somewhere else.
Still don't think we
So-
can do anything with it, but
I mean, what is the 180 anointed silver converted into this region? I don't think they accept
They
such
do
money,
not.
yes?
They do not accept that. No.
Right, so I'll just hold on to it for now.
That's fine.
But if it helps, I have this much gold right on hand right now. This
Okay.
not including the gold that we have calculated right now.
Oh yeah, and we got the gold bars in the cart.
All right, the gold bars in the card. How many do we
What is
have?
that? 1,200?
it's 6k.
Yeah, 6k.
All right, let's do the adding again.
You
Plus
blew
14
most of it
on
on that flute.
Oh yeah.
That's our
6K.
total amount.
So
I like this. I could just
first, I have a
Mhm.
quick question. Will cavalry be useful in the mountain? Or
Depends entirely on the type of mounts they have.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna
riding
get
goats.
goats.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Also, speaking of liquidation, what items do you guys want me to sell?
Up to you, bro. Whatever you sell is your money.
I think I have
Uh,
magic items.
Yeah, we got a shit ton of magic items.
We got
The magic items that I have on me, I am keeping, which is the Girdle of Stone Strength and Heraldry Helm.
Let's go.
The magic item I have, I'm keeping on me is these two.
You can sell the Mad Doctor's band.
Why are you holding onto the hat?
There might
Okay,
come a
I'll
time.
do it.
There might come a time. Okay.
There might
One
come a
day.
time
Okay.
where I might just be desperate enough to just pick up magic real quick just to get all of us out of the situation and then take it off.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
think
definitely how this is gonna work.
That's not. That's not. How it's
You're not chaotic though.
Well, here's the thing. at some point, right? Like, I don't think alignment
Except for
is
what is convenient. Understood.
Well, shut the fuck up. First of all, let me finish what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The point is, at some point, like, the lawful and chaotic spectrum is more like a case of desperation, where if things really hit the fan and there's no options left, then I think it's only reasonable that I become chaotic at that time, right? When that time comes, but I can see it happening, so that's why I'm holding on to it.
Can I merchant check it and see how much it's worth?
No, I'm keeping it. You're not selling it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I don't. You
The
can
only
offer me
thing
all
that
the
knowing the
money in the
number
world.
would do is make the rest of us pressure him more. So there's no reason to know the number.
Oh, trust me, you will never be able to pressure me. But
I
Regardless.
don't know about that.
Yeah.
If we're gonna save some, do we want to just say we have 40,000 to work with for training and rotating troops?
Let's just.
let's just decide on how much we want first, and then we do the cost
I
later,
think-
and we'll
I think
cut
the-
it from that point.
I think the easiest way to do this is just go over the options and then decide what you
Yeah.
want to spend it on.
Okay, so
Right.
first, let's talk about what kind of approach are we taking up the mountain? What are we doing as we move up the mountain? Are we building outposts? Are we, ambushing them? What is our tactic going to be? What, based on Baron's scout reports on the mountain, what can we expect to see up there in terms of engagement?
We have-
Well, the intel that you have on the scouting of the mountains there are Metherian outposts that have been set up as wayward shrines for individuals of the church persuasion to heal, recuperate, and to bolster Metherian lines wherever needed down the mountainsides. Not only that, but it also has quite a few natural resources that the Metherians have claimed, such as mines and quarries.
We create like guerrilla units specialized in taking down enemy outposts.
There's
Okay.
combat engineers.
It's combat engineers, but also assassins.
Assassins,
What?
demolitionists.
I think
No,
we-
that is a specialist. Right? Specialists are assassins, spies, and combat engineers.
Yes.
Combat engineers are the ones that build outposts, take it down, bridges across waters.
Well, that's for
Those
like
that
siege
handle-
engines and things like that. If we want to lay siege to an outpost or do something heavy like that.
Well, they do more things than that, right? Essentially, but you get the idea.
Okay.
Do we have like reports on their exact location or where the shrines are?
I mean, you have reports, but their exactitude is the fog of war still exists. But yes,
Yeah.
Do we have numbers?
They have a
Like, rough
general
numbers?
idea. So there are 4 outposts within the mountains that need to be taken care of. Once they're taken care
Do
of,
we-
then Mornhau will be vulnerable.
Do we know where they are?
Yes.
Can I
Do
have
we
that?
suspect additional outposts?
Well, there's
Is
probably
intel-
smaller ones, but
Okay.
there's only 4 major ones that need to be taken out in order to ensure a successful assault on Mornhau.
Will we have to leave soldiers behind at those outposts, or will backup arrive and then we'll move on?
Once you take one, you send for reinforcements, and then you'll have to wait for reinforcements, and then you move on from there.
Understood.
All right.
Do we have the option to, instead of just destroying all the outposts, converting them to Brass Baron outposts?
That's
Right,
the
we
intent.
use
That is what
That's
you
why
would
we're
be
sending
doing.
for backup.
Yeah. That is what you would be doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the intent.
Is there any expectation that there will be a demon presence in the mountains because of the closeness?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
If the Metherians are there, then demons are probably kept at bay.
That is the only thing that they hate more than you.
But once the Metherians are gone,
I mean, you kill the cat, you can't complain about mice.
yeah,
That's true.
that's something I wanted to
Um,
ask Brass Baron, but we'll do that later.
Is there a cap to how much okay, so with regards to the arcane troops, right? It's 1 level, 100 gold each. Can we ask for like what's the cap? Like how high of a level of a spellcaster can we ask for?
4th.
Can I ask for like a 4th level? Okay.
Well, 4th spell level. 4th spell level is fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Yeah,
was
like,
trying to
Cleveland's
squeeze
not there
for
yet.
You're trying
was
to
hoping to
what?
squeeze for,
What a
you know.
20th level character? Yeah, no.
Oh yeah. I have the money for it. I'll pay it.
I'll also ask: Are there any named or very relevant or powerful NPCs we could also hire from the Brass Barons camp to do this?
Yeah, you could hire some iconics. There are a
Let's
few
go.
available.
Are there any that would be exceptionally useful within the mountain setting? Either
You'll
for
have to
travel
talk
or-
to them.
Okay,
Yeah,
Okay,
you're,
do I have
that's a
reports
role
on-
play thing. What's up?
got it.
Do I have reports on Elrond's location? Because I understand that we're currently in his inn, and his name isn't exactly.
He
you know-
is in the Crossroads Adventuring Guild, which was built some time ago in the south, and can also be contacted if you want to supplant your troops with mercenaries. But keep in mind that as they are mercenaries, their cost will come from you, not the Brass Baron.
Oh,
you
you
can't-
have the money for that.
Well, I'm just saying you can't use the 10 grand from the Brass Baron on him, is all I'm saying.
It's cool. We'll use the 58 grand from our own. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. So let's start with these special ones because let's figure out how many of those we want.
I
Small
feel like we can
quantities.
reach out. I feel like we can reach out to more if we get Elrond in, because he is. You know who he is, right? Like, he's the guy who basically middlemans for all the recruitment of all the adventurer. I feel like we can really have a wider selection to pick from if we get the guy in.
I would
And not to mention-
rather spend
Yeah.
the money on troops for our company because going
Oh, we're
forward,
spending it. But no shit, we're spending it. The question is, do you want to spend the extra on him? That's the question.
no, I would rather spend money and invest in our own troops that we can then keep going forward.
I don't think
I
you
would
agree, but
rather-
Okay, whatever.
Invest in the training of a mage, and then have that mage forever, rather than having to pay higher upkeep for a mercenary that could just leave. And then we have to get another mercenary.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. So does that mean that
So
we are
let's start with-
ready?
Okay, so let's talk about casters. What do we want to do with the presence of casters in our unit?
I'm looking for divinations. I'm
You're
looking for
looking for
diviners, more specifically. Because if we don't have enough, the way I see it is we don't have enough information on the mountains. So if I get a diviner to pull that off, it'll be easy. But at the same time, they can pull up. Just as we can see them, they can also see us with divine magic. That's my understanding of it.
I am actually looking for Fireball,
Wow, you're creative. Okay.
because my understanding is if we hit a large group with Fireball, not only does that damage them, but with their increased exposure, it limits the healing they can receive.
They will, without a doubt, have ways of reducing that exposure.
Yeah. Well, still, the idea stands, right? You throw them fireball, like 3 fireballs, put that at 9 exposure, you know, that kind of shit.
I mean, that's not how unit warfare works anyway, so
All right,
Don't-
can
don't
you
think-
explain how unit warfare works?
yeah, that's so okay. I'm looking for people that'll cast Fireball. I mean, that's going to be the case if you have a 3rd level spellcaster
Yep.
of the arcane variety. They could prepare that, but you don't get to control what spells they actually have. The spell level they have is what answers you can have during a unit battle, which is completely different. Unit fighting is warfare zoomed out. The measurement ranges are in the thousands of feet. So there's 2 units clash. Do they have a spellcaster? That damage is pre-allocated to it. It's not zoomed in fighting.
Okay,
We're playing Age of Empires now.
okay, we're in our RTS stage.
Yeah.
Sorry, Caleb. Ancillary troops, is it divine or divination troops?
Divine.
Divine, as in clerics and shit.
Clerics. Okay. I read it as divination.
Yes, the divine wellspring of magic, or the arcane wellspring
Okay.
of magic.
Well, technically, it would be nice if we have a lot of healers, eh?
Yeah.
But then again, we are an alchemical company, so it's...
Can we, for specialists, do we have access to alchemists?
Those are engineers.
Yeah, your combat engineers.
Gotcha.
Those are the precious ones. These are the ones that you
Also,
must have
here you go.
at some point.
There's your
Thank
stats.
you. Very nice.
So I'll go over them for chat's purpose. So you have specialized combat training that's available. You have Aquatic, Mountaineer, Survivalist, Glorious, and Night Warfare. Aquatic adds 150% to the total cost of that unit. Mountaineer adds 150% to the total cost. Survivalist adds 150% to the total cost. Glorious adds 50% to the total cost. And Night Warfare adds 200% to the total cost. If you want to put more than one of those on, you can, but you add the percentages together and they will become incredibly expensive. So, a basic knight costs 500 gold pieces and has 100 gold piece upkeep. A tier 2 knight with tier 2 a knight with tier 2 armaments adds 600 gold pieces to its original cost and 30 gold pieces to its upkeep cost, and so on and so forth down the line. Cavalry starts at 250, tier 2 is 450, so on and so forth. Archer is 150, tier 2 is 250, so on and so forth. And infantry is 100, and tier 2 is 200 gold pieces, so on and so forth. Arcane casters is the basic is 100 times the max spell level they can cast, and 20% of that is their upkeep. Same with the Divine. Specialist Assassins cost 300 gold pieces but have no upkeep due to the special connection that Mr. Silver has. Spy has 300 gold pieces, 20%, and a Combat Engineer is 1,000 gold pieces at 10% base upkeep cost. There you go.
Okay.
The ancillary adds on to the 120, yes? They're not part of the 120.
No, ancillary means that... Okay, so what ancillary means is that they are not central They're not central combatants. So they're not core... They're not a part of the core fighting force. They're ancillary.
Okay.
You cannot have more ancillary than core fighting force.
Gotcha.
Okay, could you go over the combat training benefits?
Sure. So, the aquatic combat training means that they can fight while on a vessel, such as a ship or boat. They can fight in water, which means they have the capacity to swim. They actually know how to fight and swim. And it lowers the... it increases the chance of them being able to ford a river. And it lowers life loss on such events. Basically, you attempting to ford a river and it goes poorly doesn't mean like half your force is wiped out if they're aquatic. Fording river is bad. Mountaineer essentially means that these troops are trained in heavy mountain fighting, meaning that off or irregular terrain doesn't slow them down and doesn't give them combat penalties. They don't take combat penalties from being attacked from above. They can also charge uphill and downhill with no penalties. And it also lowers the loss rate of exposure.
Magic exposure. Oh,
Exposure as in fucking wind.
that's what I thought.
Like environmental exposure. Survivalist gives the highest form of environmental resistance. It also means that this troop can move at normal speed while hunting and gathering and producing food of its own, and it is resistant to starvation. Glorious means that these troops are draped in the finest weapons and armor and carry the heraldry of their chosen faction. They are the vanguard, they are the chosen few. As such, they are trained with that belief, and they are given bonuses at the beginning of combat, bonuses when facing morale checks, and gain the fearless trait. And then finally, night warfare means that these troops can fight at night with no penalty, and have the capacity to move concealed while moving at normal speed.
Okay, question. How does this percentage add up? So let's say I go for aquatic and night warfare. Is it 130% or is it more than that?
If you go for aquatic and night warfare, that's 350% of the total
So if we-
cost. So let's say you took a basic infantryman, right?
Right, 100 gold piece. That's
100 gold pieces. 350% of that means you times that by 3.5, which is 350 gold pieces. including its upkeep, which then becomes 35 gold pieces. So that one unit costs 35 gold pieces a month and 350 gold pieces to train.
Gotcha. Okay, so I think we decide on how much on the spread first of knights, cavalry, and archers and infantries
Well-
before we decide on the other stuff.
My most relevant question is, Akin, can you walk us through an example of what a unit combat would look like, so we know the pieces we're working with?
So, unit combat works like this. I set a medium zoom game board. All of your combat units are separated into their squadrons, which in 120, you're going to have 6 squads. Wait, hold on, let me make sure I'm not getting that wrong.
20 each?
Yeah, it should be 20 each as a squad.
Oh, that's twice a section. Eh?
Yeah. So, you have 6 squads, so you have 6 units of 20 men. But you can give or take to those as much as you want. 20 soldiers is in each one generally, but essentially, you also have their type. So you have infantry, you have archers, you have cavalry, you have knights. And each of those different unit types and their sub-specialization, which is decided after you decide on armament tier that you want to purchase, will then go into battle as per normal. Basically, we do a thing where I roll initiative for all the units on the board. You and your party decide who has control of what unit, or you guys can do like shared control, it doesn't really matter. And then you move that unit, and then you engage in combat like you would normally. So instead of these tokens here, like instead of Mr. Silver having a token, it's Mr. Silver's combat unit, which would be an army unit, right? Moving across the board, fighting against an enemy unit here. He decides to engage, fight, stuff like that. Same thing as you would fighting an actual zoomed in. It's just it uses different parameters, different statistics, and different action rules and action economy.
Well, in that case, if we have 6 squads, and there's 6 of us, how about we each make our own squad?
I was just thinking the same thing. Do we all want to try and do that? Write up how our characters would train up 20 people, and then just kind of see where we're at.
We'll each
Okay,
give
question though.
ourselves a budget.
Yeah,
Hold on.
that'll give us a rough idea of the budget we need.
Hold on a second. Kidam, with regards to character classes, like the troops, do they have classes? Like, are they like
No,
fighters, rangers?
no, they have they have non-heroic classes.
I see.
I can't
also
train
think
a
for primary
monk
goals.
squad.
Yeah, can you not get
yeah,
a monk squad?
no.
So
Alright, guys, I'll see you later.
So monk is actually an ancillary squad. That would be an ancillary character, but you would have to actually spend time to train them. The Brass Baron does not have enough monks on hand to give you to build one. You could, but you would have to spend the in-game time to actually train them as monks.
It's like spending downtime.
Yes, you'd actually have to spend time. Right now, we're talking about gold expenditure in order to offset the cost of removing them from his troops and giving them to you, or transferring them. There are no monk troops because the Brass Baron doesn't have a lot of monks in his employ. So Elias, if you wanted to go and train your own monk squad, you could, but you would actually have to spend the actual time doing that.
Now, how much time are we talking?
That depends
how
on
much time?
your rolls. If you roll well and you're a good teacher, it could take about a couple weeks, maybe a month. If you roll poorly, it could take 2 months or more months after that. It also depends
Okay, now
on
that's
what tiered equipment that you want. But I will tell you, since you brought it up, the Monk Ancillary has a very special effect on the battlefield, as they are resistant to magic. So
Yeah.
it makes them pretty damn good. Specifically,
So
they are
how-
resistant to magic on the battlefield scale.
So the what is the downtime we get again?
The downtime that you get if you're going for the mountains is 2 months.
Okay, so we do have time for this. That makes sense. Okay. can see now.
We want to have
So you guys want to write up our?
Yeah,
Yeah,
write
you
up
wanna do the
your
writing now.
ideal 20-man.
Do we want to? I mean, is this something we have to? I guess it is something we have to decide right now.
Well, I think we do this at the end before the start of next week. How about that? Consider like the over
Yeah.
week over the week.
Because there's a lot of
kind of, right. We got to do a few other
downtime
stuff here as well.
questions and role play that we can do right now, so we
Right.
have a whole week to look at this. Is that okay, Arcadum?
You want my realistic response?
Yeah.
You're just gonna eat up session time next time doing this. You might as well just do it now. You're not gonna get all your questions answered in between. I know this group. It's just not gonna happen.
Well, okay. I mean, the point here is we get all our answers questions today, and then we'll write our group.
Well, if you
Get
want
a
to do that,
understanding
I'm
of-
fine with that. I'm just saying that, like,
Yeah,
putting it off,
that's what we're doing.
putting it off later isn't really what you guys do.
No, I feel like we need time to think about this.
Yeah, that's
because this
fair.
is actually.
If you want to
okay,
take time,
yeah,
take
yeah.
time. I personally think that each of you getting your own squad is a not wise way to do this, because you want them to be able to work together, right? So designing it together is important, but if you just design your own squads, then it's like you might each make a squad that you like, but that doesn't work well with anybody else, you know?
Well,
These units aren't characters. These
Yeah.
are skills that are easy to digest and are spreadable throughout people that are not special like you. They don't have travelers. So.
I see. Well then,
I think so long as we communicate right now about what we want our squads to be centered around, the idea of, and we build around that, then they'll work dynamically. So
I mean, look, that's fair. You're monkey, you're circus. I'm just giving you my advice.
yeah, like if Brokar makes an archery squad, for example, then I make a defensive soldier squad that has a lot of shields, a lot of tanking, a lot of step in there. Elias has his anti-magic squad that kind of moves around and takes care of casters. Silver has an assassin squad. Balthazar and Cleveland make frontline squads.
Cleveland squad is going to be charging straight forward.
well, you see, here's the thing, right? I see the point of view, but I at the same time also don't trust the opinion of you. So
So hold up.
you making
Did
your
you
own
just
squad
say
just
you
for fun.
understand what I'm saying, but because I'm saying it, you don't like it?
No, I'm saying I like what I like that. I understand where you're coming from, but because I know who I'm dealing with, which is you, I don't believe in the idea anymore.
Yes,
So if you're telling
that
me-
is what he's saying. That is literally what he just literally
yeah.
said.
He
What you
didn't-
said.
He didn't believe
Yes.
what I said.
What
He
the
didn't
fuck,
believe
Norris?
what I said.
No, listen. The difference here is not that I'm disagreeing because he's saying it. I'm disagreeing because he's involved in it and he's making his own squad, right?
That is literally
I
what
feel
you're
like that's
saying.
what-
That's
That is, I don't
Watch
want
him
a squad
prove my
stupid.
point.
I basically don't want a squad stupid, right? It's not the fact that he's saying it. It's the fact that he's a part of it. There's a big difference there, okay?
Sure.
I'd much rather
Yeah.
we all come together and then
Everybody?
do a full body of 120 instead of separating it.
Oh boy. Okay, well, putting that aside, it's all up to what you guys want to do, really.
Yeah.
I think that if you're willing to spend the time for Elias to train monks, that's a pretty big addition, because those ancillary characters are going to be pretty potent, right?
And we will make them all glorious.
Oh, God.
The chosen vanguard.
That's so expensive.
Yeah.
I do not care.
That's so expensive.
How expensive would that be?
How many months would that be?
Shall be
Like,
owned in
20
rhinestone.
monks that are all glorious.
So a
What is
monk so a monk costs 450 gold and has a upkeep of 10% of that, which is 45 gold.
So a glorious monk.
yo, 450 base?
450 base cost, yeah.
Well, that's a
Sounds
lot
like
of money for
2.5
those without
glorious.
That's
attachment.
1,125 gold for a glorious
What's-
monk.
And 10% of that
Is
is
the
their
upkeep-
upkeep, so round up, it'd be like 113.
45 cheap.
It's worth it.
It's
How long are we expected to be on campaign? How many months are we to get to Mornhell
Oh.
through the mountains, roughly?
You mean end game time?
In-game time.
In-game time, after 2 months of recuperation, the planning that the Brass Baron's going to do is that in-game time you should be able to attack be able to attack Mornhow from the southern mountainside within 2 months. 2 months start of mountain to the end.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Blow half the budget on it, you know.
Give me 20 monks. Give me
Listen,
20
we
dick
each-
slammers.
If we each do our own squad, then we can each work with.
No, I don't think we should do that.
I don't
Give me,
think so.
give me
We have
20. Give me 20
We're gonna-
dick slammers.
Oh god.
Alright.
All right. Then if we're not doing our own squads,
We do a full body.
for the squads, Arcadum, do you recommend having squads dedicated to archery, a squad dedicated to cavalry, if we're going to have those varied units, or how should we spread out the units within an individual squad?
Well, a couple of things to think of is, do you want to future-proof, or do you want to build for now? If you want to build for now, probably don't want to build cavalry because you're going through the mountains. But you might need cavalry later. You could add on to it, sure. But you don't know if you're going to be given more command of more men at that point. A lot of variables here. I will tell you this. Even though they are basic, the bread and butter of an army is the infantry. Numbers matter more than nearly
Yeah.
anything else. That's basic warfare.
Okay.
Can
And
we
the
add on
120
80 on top of
The,
the 150?
the number of death to kill a man is 3 to 1, by the way.
Yeah, I think we.
What does that mean?
Have,
So, generally speaking, in combat and warfare, if someone is outnumbered 3 to 1, that is the level of that's death.
God of War has something to say about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, God of War is also fantasy. It's also fiction.
It's also fixed.
I mean, the Art of War has a lot to say about it.
Yeah, the Art of War.
Yeah. 3 to 1 is a.
The art of these nuts.
Are you saying that the Art of War says Sun Tzu says you can take on 3 guys?
Yeah.
And if I
Pretty sure
Yeah.
Sun Tzu says
Yeah,
like
show me the quote on that, Nara.
I'll find it for you.
I
Give me a
think
mic.
it
is
feels like you're
so,
leaning
like,
into your
when
Asian
outnumbered
there a
2
little
to 1,
bit, making up
divide the
shit.
enemy's forces. When outnumbered 10 to 1, pray.
No, but generally speaking, it's 3 to 1.
Okay.
So numbers matter a lot,
So
which is why having a lot of cheap units is D&D kind of skews that kind of reality because you're exceptional people, right? And you can take on multiple, people at once. But a standard person can't
No.
take on more than 3 people. They
So-
lose.
even if you have this like powerful knight, he's surrounded by 3 grunts. He gets curb stomped. You've now
He
lost
can-
money.
He can be, yeah,
So now you've lost money because they spent less on those 3 troops.
exactly. Like the knight might kill 2 of them. Hell, he might even kill all 3 of them. But the amount of time that he's caught up doing that, he's not on objectives. You see what I mean? It's like numbers matter so much. So it's one of those things. Like some fights are decided before they even begin because of numbers. Now that doesn't mean that you can't have like a smaller
Strategy.
army beat a larger army. There's plenty of times in history in which that's been the case. But the reason those times are exceptional is because of how difficult it is, if you catch my drift. The reason those moments are exceptional and remembered is because it goes against the status quo. Bigger army wins more often than
Where-
it doesn't.
Where will our
Can we
characters
add on
be?
to the number?
Say again?
Where will our
So
Uh,
can we add on to the numbers? Like 120. Currently at 120 troops.
only
Can we add that on
only
to
if you get
100?
mercenaries.
Only if...
where will our characters be?
What do you mean?
During squad combat. When
You
we
will-
have our
You will be commanding your squads.
Okay.
If you do...
Do we not fight alongside them?
Well, you do, but it's... So, zoomed out combat works differently than zoomed in combat. You don't make attack rolls as your character. You're fighting alongside your troops, going back and forth, pressing the line, trying to do pincer maneuver, shit like that, right? Now, you're heroic characters, so you get special actions that you can use during a battle, but you only really get one of those.
Do we know what they are?
They are determined based off of class.
Okay, so
Let's
let's say
go.
silver, for example. What would it be?
Silver can disorient the enemy line by killing their leader.
Hmm.
You know, stuff
what
like
can I
that.
do, boss?
Elias has a anti-mage ability because he's a monk.
A fighter?
Charge, line break, stuff like that.
Good.
Ranger?
Yeah. Rangers have covering fire, stuff like that.
Mm.
Like, it just depends, right?
Yeah.
They're made dependent upon class and other augmentations. That
character.
might be relative, but essentially you get one, hero action that you get to use per zoomed out combat. But the point is that where you will be on the field is fighting alongside your men that you control, like the soldiers that you control. Now, that's if you do spread command structure. If you do a central command structure, that means that you'll have captains that will follow orders done by signal and flags, and that's required once your army gets big enough. There's also the fact that, generally speaking, I lean people towards during massive confrontations like the Siege of Mornhal, your men will do what you've trained them to do, and then you and your party will act as a singular unit yourselves on the battlefield, and then you'll engage other units, and then we'll zoom in and you'll actually do the fight like a horde fight kind of thing, where it has objectives, and then you complete that, and then we'll zoom out and we'll zoom back in.
That's cool.
That's kind of how that works, but
It's very cool.
that's only when we get to the big events. General unit fighting, in order to save time, is just done through general units. Now, that being said, when it comes to routing, you do have the special option that if your troops would be routed, you could choose to do a vanguard maneuver, which means that you basically do a horde fight encounter so that your troops can escape.
Nice.
Mm.
That's only during routing, though, and it's generally if you want to keep from losing the units that you spent so much time on by putting yourselves in harm's way.
Fuck yeah.
Say, back to the heroic action. What would a paladin be able to do?
Like I said, it's dependent. I'd have to write them. Like, I have basic ones, but I'd have to
yeah.
write them.
It's a bit character dependent. So if you're a ranger but you have a staff, you wouldn't do a covering fire, you do something else. Yeah. It makes sense for the character.
Okay, let's do a spread first. Let's just decide on a spread on
Okay.
infantry,
So
monks, fighters, and stuff like that.
I
We
want to
want
handle
20
the
monks?
auxiliaries first.
No. We handle the infantry first. Like,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Elias, you want 20 monks?
I
I don't-
mean, maybe? They actually,
Do you
if I
not-
don't make them glorious, it's only 9,000 per
Do you
squad.
not think that 20 monks is a little overkill?
Well, I mean, maybe like 10 monks with 10 other infantry.
I mean, I'm okay
please,
with 20 monks. yes.
Please remember that you cannot have more ancillary troops than core troops.
In a squad.
Oh,
No, period.
Period.
Like, period. So,
I think,
so you
for
can't
base,
have like
you know,
50 monks and
80 to
20
90
dudes. And do
Okay.
that.
infantry and archers.
Interesting.
I think
So-
a infantry monk squad would be very good.
So how many infantry? Okay, let's say 120, yes. I would assume we have 80. We have at least half of them is infantry, yes.
So here's the thing. If we do an infantry monk squad, and we make the infantry the glorious ones, does that spread the glorious effect to the entire squad?
No. Each of these costs, that's per one unit. That's one person.
Mhm.
Okay, so it'll be
I'll-
calculated. Okay.
The
How's
glor-
that work when you have one guy in like a squad who's glorious and the rest are normal?
Basically, how it works is the glorious advantage that he gives is only applicable if at least half the squad has it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to split glorious people up.
Yeah.
You want to put
So-
them together.
Okay.
Half glorious infantry, half monks.
No, do not do
Let's-
that. Don't split them up. It's work because even if they get the glorious tag, they won't have the full one.
Okay.
The best, you don't want to detract from that, or else you're not getting what you're paying for.
Okay.
Yeah, you want
essentially you want to do 20 or nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Guys,
that you don't want to split them up, is what I'm saying. You can have one squad that you can have less than 20 in a squad, but the problem is that you don't want to split up the glory. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it together because that's what
So
glorious means.
We want to do an elite squad of 10 monks, 12 monks, 12 glorious monks.
Yeah.
So let's before we go into the whole glorious part, can we do the spread first? Like, can we move the spread? Like,
Okay.
how do you want to do this? Like, how many infantries, how many rangers? Let's get that out of the way first before we talk about glorious.
And
shit.
specialists too.
Yeah.
Right. If we want specialists, we're taking out of.
It would
So,
be 80
hear me out.
combined being infantry and archer. So 80 and 40,
80
that's our
infantry
whole
and archer.
thing. That's our whole thing. That now
Okay, so
now there's
like
no room
this?
for anybody else.
no, okay. The idea is you take if you want specialists, where do we take it out from? Right? Do we take it out from the
Yeah,
infantry?
yeah.
Do we take it out from the archer?
All
We
Nara's
start
doing
there
is
first.
all Nara's doing is just setting the board, and then you guys adjust it as you want.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
just
all he's
adjust accordingly, right? So how do you want to do this?
Okay, here
Like,
I think-
do we, mhm.
I think okay. 80. So it would be 40 infantry, 40 archer.
40,
And then
okay.
you've got 40 specialists to work with.
40 specs.
I would say 90 infantry and 30 rangers would be a better split.
What is that squeaking noise?
I apologize, that's a dog with a tennis ball.
This is
Mm.
broadcast recommendation 40 40 40. This is how you want to do it?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't
Just
think,
say
I
that
think
the
that's way too many
Actual rangers,
specialists.
they're archers, but
We need
Uh,
forward
okay.
ground troops.
Okay, so how many recommendation? Let's go.
Okay, I'll write one right now.
At least
so you thinking
60.
10 monks?
I will offer one piece of friendly DM advice. You should take at least one combat engineer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're
I
good.
would love to have 10 combat engineers. That's what I really
Yeah,
want.
I was gonna say either 5 or 10. But,
Oh well,
Right. They are so precious.
please don't do this without one. You will regret it.
Yes.
Combat
know,
engineer
for
is
sure,
very
yeah.
important. Yeah.
Yes,
Sorry, that's
I'm
the
impressed.
that's the logistics officer in me coming out when I was in the military.
Yep.
yeah, I got you.
I'm with you as well. Yep, I'm
Right.
with you. I
You
couldn't
want
live
10
without
or
them.
do you want more monks? You want 10 or
How many monks? Okay, 20 monks? Okay, let's say 20 monks. Where's the monk coming from?
No. Hold on. Just let Elias answer. Elias, how many monks are you thinking?
Yeah.
I'd like to get a baseline of what infantry and rangers we want to have first.
That's my suggestion. 60 infantry, 30 ranger, 3 combat engineers, 7 casters, 10 monks.
And then we have 10 extra.
And then 10 extra for what people think we need.
Mm,
That
over
way,
now-
a quarter of our units are ranged, meaning it's unlikely that they'll just that our front line will collapse. The 3 combat engineers gives us lots of options for the defenses, but also in case any of them die. They also work as alchemists, which helps our party. 7 casters just complements the number of rangers to bring it to 10, so it's easy for calculation. Probably leaning towards divine casters for healers. and then
so
Elias
actually,
is 10
we
monks.
do like 10 spies and 10 knights.
We could do 10 of whatever. Like, people are going to want their own custom shit.
Actually, yeah, I like your list. That's
I-
pretty good.
So I
spec.
think 12 combat engineers. Because from my personal belief is one section, one combat engineer. Which is if a single section is 10 men, then I want at least in every single 10 men there should be one combat engineer.
This,
maybe one for each squad, so maybe just 6 combat
Yeah.
engineers. I don't know. That's
I really cannot like here's the thing, right? The combat engineer is the one that
I-
I really,
here's the
really
thing.
want the most.
I don't want to be fielding the combat engineers during combat.
yeah. 'cause the
Like, I
combat
want them for
engineers
siege stuff and for defensive building. I do not want the combat engineer to necessarily be on the front line.
Yeah, because they
combat
don't
engi-
actually participate in combat, do they? They just
Yeah, they do. They were just saying combat. They're
Combat-
called they're combat
can't-
engineers.
They're
Yeah,
called
they're combat
combat
engineers.
engineers.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought
It's
they
just-
were more
I'm
like-
wondering-
Combat engineer.
No,
The
let
risk
me-
of them dying is so
They can do everything
economically
infantry does.
painful.
Well, let me explain. Let me explain. So they get access to alchemical warfare whenever they're actually in combat. So they're the guys with grenades and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
what
They
they're-
fix your bridges, they set up ropes, they set up watchtowers, they will are the people that provide barricade. These are the
And
bread
they do,
butter
and
of
they do
it.
that in combat, by the way. That's
Right,
Yeah.
and they do that all while fighting as well. These are like your titans, really. Like I could throw away every single night and replace them with combat engineers, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't do that, but my point
Right, yeah.
my point is that they can be in combat. They will be
Okay.
in combat. Like that's
Okay.
Right.
don't think about it that
Like-
way. Yeah, it sucks if you lose them, obviously, but yeah.
But they're good though.
Yeah, they're not like
So
helpless
good.
babes. They're soldiers. Yeah.
Let's just
There's
cover
a
how many
reason.
months again?
There's a reason they're so expensive.
Right.
Okay, let me edit my list a little bit.
I think we do 6 combat engineers, and that leaves us with 7 extras. Give us like 4 divine, and then
What about adding
Please.
knights into the squads?
yeah, but where?
Nice shot.
Well, you
It's-
just replace
We can.
infantry with them.
Yes,
You
yeah,
just
we can
upgrade
change some of the
a normal
infantry into knights.
to a knight.
Yeah.
So let's do. What do you want to do? 40 infantry, 20 knights.
I didn't say that.
Would you like
How
to do
about,
50 infantry and 10 knights?
Yeah, I think that sounds better.
Either 6 or 12 knights. 1 or 2 per squad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's my
Well,
recommendation.
I guess if you count the rangers, then you don't actually need a knight in there, really.
Yeah, so we'll do 10 knights. So that's 2 per squad minus the rangers.
Really, do you need that many
But
knights?
I mean, do you need knights in your squad as well?
What exactly
This
do they
one.
do? Are they just a beefy boy?
Oh,
or-
let me go over it. Let me go over some stuff. So, infantry is your most basic unit. They attack, they defend. They aren't afraid of nothing except dragons. You know, shit like that. Archers shoot from far away, are not good up close. So knights have a very special position. They're your noble warriors. So a knight has an aura that increases the combat potency of those around them. But they also act as juggernauts. A knight is the most heavily armored, and so gives you access to things like breaking the line or holding a position, because a knight can feasibly take on at least 2 people, maybe even 3. So that's what the knight is for.
Mhm.
But a knight is also slower moving. So if you have a slower moving character, then it slows the whole troop down because they need to accommodate for the knight, right? So that's kind of the whole aspect of that, is that knights slows. A knight moves slowly, but it doesn't die easy, and it kicks the shit out of stuff, right? So that's really what you want knights for.
I would very much like for Brosif's unit to have the focus on knights.
There is no Broseph unit. There is our 120 unit.
We're not doing a command structure. We're not doing a central command. Everyone's going to have their own. Even if we haven't customized the thing, each of us is commanding an individual piece.
So
It's going to go to
something
shit.
something to keep in mind, right, is that depending on the weapons that you give them is going to be dependent on what formations they can take, which will happen in combat whenever we get there. A knight has auras on it. Infantry can gain benefits based off of what type of weapon it has, like spears are good against cavalry, so on and so forth. Combat engineers, if they're in a squad, give that squad the ability to use engineering interactions like build bridge or reinforce position, stuff like that. If you have casters, you have magical augmentations you can add. If you have archers, you can attack from far away, stuff like that. Mixing them is good. Having a singular unit of only one unit means that unit has the highest that it can get in that bonus to do that thing. So there's something to be said for spreading them out, but there's also something to be said for specializing. It's up to how you want to do it.
Are we able to mix and match in the middle of a combat? Like, let's say, all of our groups are somewhat close. We could just have all the combat engineers move to one group.
So to do that, you need advanced command. None of you have the commander feat.
Understood?
So
Don't I? Wait, no,
do
I
you?
have.
No, you have commanding presence, not
Commanding
commander
presence.
feat.
So, Kadam, just so looking at the Brass Barons army, what is the recommended ratio for the spread for infantry to knights?
So if you look at the Brass Barons armies, so the Brass Baron does this per squad. Do.
Per battalion.
This is per squad.
We have
Per squad? Okay.
that's just 20 archers. That's just gonna hang in the back and pelt everybody.
Oh, no, I meant per company. Excuse me.
Yeah, per company.
Per company is what I meant.
Yeah.
He does. There you go.
You're joking. It's 20 knights.
20 glorious knights.
20 glorious knights.
And 2 artifacts.
That's
Nice.
a fucking juggernaut squad.
Only-
So the Brass Baron has this approach in combat, mostly because he uses the 20 knights to bust a hole in the enemy line, the infantry support, and then perform flanking whenever the knights are pressed in on. Archers shoot at any attempts to flank around. Assassins deal, because he has a tie-in directly with Isola. The assassins go and kill enemy commanders or enemy couriers or flag bearers in order to confuse the enemy's ability to react to his tactics. Casters do what casters do, and combat engineers do what combat engineers do.
I think
Just very
swap
different
the assassins
approach
for the
to it.
monks, and that's generally what we were thinking. Although the 20 glorious knights is fun.
20 Glorious Knights is expensive.
Yeah.
He's the brass baron. Yeah.
And you asked what he would do, that's what he does. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got the answer.
20
Just
glorious.
got a reference of it. Do we know their basic armaments as well? Like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 and stuff?
depends on how close to the honor guard they are. Regulars are just tier 1s. The brass baron's honor guard unit is fucking strapped.
Okay. Well, let's just figure out our spread first then. I don't think the assassins and the monks are correlated. I don't think you can replace one for the other. They do very different shit.
They do different things.
They do very different
but I
stuff.
think we're-
Compare engineers. I'm surprised he only has 5 though.
I mean, he spent so much money on the 20 glorious knights.
Do we know what kind of casters he got? Like divine or like a divine or arcane spread?
He has everything. He has a little bit of everything.
Couple of both.
A bit of everything. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's no leaning. Okay.
So the
Only
3,
20
2, and
archers?
3.
Yeah, he has 20 crossbow archers for each squad, or for each company. Specifically, heavy crossbow.
Yeah, he's focused on his front line.
Just fun and heavier. Yeah. So we're going up the mountains.
We're also going to need to look at Mountaineer.
I think there's no reason why we don't get Mountaineer.
On
Yeah,
everyone?
Yeah, I mean we have to. Everybody has to get Mountaineer. Like that's not even a question at this
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
So we need to take that into consideration. Mountaineer was 150%?
I'm just gonna do a spread just to
Yeah.
as a sort of inspired by this Raspberry.
So first, let's establish our budget. Do we want to establish a
No.
budget of...
We budget later, I
Yes.
think.
We budget later. Don't do that now. You're gonna waste
Spies do.
all this stupid time.
What do spies do?
Yeah, is that a pre-combat type of thing?
So yes and no. So spies do two different things. So spies are both a pre-combat setup. So spies can give you information. It's basically, think of them as your marshal checkers. They can tell you what each
Yeah.
unit has in them. It tells you what special abilities that unit might have, and spies can also help you predict enemy movement. So that's probably the biggest power they have in combat, like in actual combat, is... So how this works, it works a little differently. We don't really go back and forth like normal initiative. What we do is that everyone decides what action they do in secret. In my case, I either have an assistant DM or I I type it up first, or I go first and don't say anything. But essentially, once everyone's locked in their moves, then all moves are made public, and then I do all moves based off of a rolled initiative. An initiative is rolled each round again, and it's randomized, and you don't know the initiative.
So you may make a move that plays into what the enemy predicts, and then they move out of the way.
Correct. Spies can reveal an enemy move, which is why they're important.
I'm cool with that setup, Mr. Silver. It seems like it might be expensive though. Let's figure out what that's going to cost.
Make sure to mountaineer it.
Oh, you're right. Okay, the 13 assassins is 300 gold each. There's no upkeep for them, so that's the reason why I put more into them. I figured that will cheapen things up for
I
us.
think
Yeah,
It
don't
is-
have to.
It is pretty damn good to have no upkeep.
It's
on
very
the assassins.
right to have no upkeep. Like technically, we could have so many of them and not worry about upkeep.
I would want to take 10 infantry and have 15 knights.
You want 15 knights?
15 knights and 10 infantry.
Who's with this? Who's with this?
Oh, I
Silliness?
see what
Can
you're
we?
saying.
Okay.
I'd have 50
Can I
infantry.
How about?
I think
take
you
away
want
10
us
from
to.
Ranger?
Okay, so what's our
And then
approach
put it
in
into-
combat going to be?
Hold on. How about I take away 10 from ranger and put into knights instead?
So you
Instead of
want there to
infantry.
only be 10 rangers?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm taking from infantry because infantry and knights do very similarly the same thing. I think what we need to establish is what is our approach in combat? Are we breaking the front line and then pincering behind them? What are we doing? What's our approach?
The problem is we don't know that. We don't know our circumstance yet. It could
Well,
be
it's-
very different every single time. We could be ambushing them. We could be pushing through a large body of men. We could be, getting ambushed from a high ground and they firing pelts at us and shit like that. They could have, caused an artificial landslide on us. We don't know, right? So, like, we want to create something that can accommodate to all these
Yeah, flexible.
circumstances. It's not just one thing, right? It's not like what do we want to do and we
Okay.
build for that crap. It doesn't work that way.
I'm okay
Right, we
with that
wanna-
second arrangement with the 15 knights. I think
I
that
think
is
more-
flexible. That gives us a lot of options and goals.
Like-
I think 7 spies is a little high.
Here's the thing. My view is this isn't the final product, right? I still want to visit the what was the mercenaries. I want to visit the mercenary
Well,
groups.
for-
I want
how
to
about-
increase the number to 120.
Is everybody at least somewhat okay with that? Because I can calculate how much that costs.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I was
So
going
you-
to say maybe drop the
I
spies
think-
down to 5 and take assassins up to 15. But other than that,
I see. Keep more
Honestly,
spies.
I would
What
like
up-
to.
okay.
take
What about
s-
cleric?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wanted to ask
we
about
need
healers.
some.
Yeah, there's no casters here. That's the thing. So do you guys still want this?
I would say take a couple of spies and a couple of assassins and get us 5 casters.
Yeah.
So minus 2
Oh,
spies,
yeah, I
minus
didn't
3
think about
assassins. So we have 10 assassins, 5 spies, 5 casters.
Yeah, we're like 3 divine and 2 arcane. How about that?
Yeah.
1 second.
Then we're working with nice round numbers.
Clerics will also be probably very useful outside of combat, I imagine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
People
We
getting
also have-
injured on the travel.
Ooh, Pedram, we have Druid allies, yes, from the west.
Yeah, those are divine.
Oh, those are the divine.
Yeah,
They
that's,
count
the,
as divine.
that's the same wellspring of magic.
Yeah, I would say.
I thought Primordial was it. Okay, sure.
Is there a difference?
Oh no, they
in-
are primal. That's right. I think you'd have to get actual.
NPCs.
You'd have to actually get
NPC.
them to come in because he doesn't have that official of an alliance with him.
Okay. Like I'm viewing because 120 to me is very little, right? Because
Hold on.
ultimately as a kid, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to calculate your costs here. Do you want Mountaineer on all of them?
Yeah.
Yes, all of
Okay,
them.
all right. I'm going to calculate your costs here.
Do you think we need Mountaineer on all of them?
Yes. No
We're
question,
going in
100%.
mountains. It's like going
I'd rather-
into the aquatic without aquatic. It's like, come on now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, will we go on? Will we take them? Sorry, would we take this arrangement to the navy and all that, the naval route without aquatic? Like it's kind of similar concept.
Also, from my understanding, there's more mountains than waters in the map of Corvinus. If you think about it.
I'm just thinking for
But
future proofing. Like,
Well, we're gonna avoid the water, so that's one thing we're gonna do.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
If not, then tough. Too bad. Skedom, can we train them outside of the Baron's estate? Sorry, do the count. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
So right now we're training them for mountaineering. Let's say we go to war and we're now in the Pale City. Can we train them in the Pale City? Presuming there's no fight or
You
whatsoever.
mean in Mornhau?
Yeah, in Mornhau, yes.
Yeah, you can train them.
Okay, perfect. So we can arrange for aquatic boons on top of them when we reach
Yeah, if it becomes
certain-
relevant. Yeah.
Yeah, when it becomes relevant, yeah. For now, we deal with the issue at hand, and that's the mountains. Because in my view, right, 120 is too little. I'd like to take the number up to 200 to 300.
I would
Get
also like to
the
take the number up,
mercenary.
but I think that's
We don't have money for that.
Yeah, we probably don't have. We need to get shit as well, because like
First of all, you don't know if we have money for that. We have plenty. We haven't got a count yet. Kidam's going to count it for us.
The infantry
get
and
the number, then-
rangers at base are 20,000.
But mercenary companies. Okay, so the thing about mercenary, my view is mercenary companies tend to sell their work in packages, right? Like, hey, I've got 200 men. You need us for this amount of time. Here's the price, something like that. And then they handle the keep on their own, and then we pay them as a bulk. That's my view on it, at least. But ideally, I want to bring the number up from 120 because we could meet an army that is, I don't know. It won't be surprising to me if I see a Mytharian platoon of 300 men and we're fucked, and 200 of us, broke our ankles and fucking fell off the mountain. I don't know.
31,000, 50,000,
It's gonna hit the 20k mark, I think.
He is gonna clear the
55,000,
20k mark easy.
Yeah, easy 20k mark right after that.
58,000.
Are you counting our current
Yes,
goal count?
59,
I'll give it to you.
50.
I'll give it to you. Here's our total.
And that's not including, upkeep.
Oh no, this is the amount we have right now. Our
Yeah.
amount in our wallet.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm just telling you,
including-
it's gonna be around 60,000 just to train all these with Mountaineer at base. That's just tier 1 normal people.
Man, there's not a lot, to work with.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't think it's that expensive though. I'm just. Do you count it already?
It is.
Do you do the math?
Yes, I just did the math.
You joke?
where's a lot of the cost coming from?
The infantry.
Which means that the cost is coming from us trying to fill out all 120.
Well, actually, it's the knight. They're
The
like
knight-
18 grand.
Just the
Okay.
knights?
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
15
yeah, I can
knights,
see,
each
yeah.
costing 500 apiece. Multiply that by 2.5.
Yeah, it's because okay, it's because we're doing all of them as
Mountaineer is going to be your
Yeah,
major cost.
yeah.
I'm almost done though.
I feel like the knights is a bit much though. I don't know about 15 knights, but still. In my head, 6 knights is more than enough. 1 for each of us.
But that slows
I
down.
mean, what's
all
the point of having one type of a unit in a squad?
It would
If
make
I-
each squad slower, but provide a aura buff to each squad.
Yeah, but so will there be some squads that we don't want them to be slower?
Probably your archers,
And probably the monks.
I would presume.
Most definitely, the archers have to move quickly. There's a reason why you run whenever you do sniper training. Run like hell. But run till your leg gives up.
Man, that's all just tier 1. How does the
I don't know, I feel like
mountaineering
120 is too
work?
little. Oh, it just makes it easier for us to go up mountains.
What spell level do you want the casters to be capable of casting?
There it is.
For now, put it at 1. Just for a base.
Just at 1?
I would say
just
put
put
it
it
at
at
2. Because there's
put it
no
at
way we're
1.
taking
We're
first
just-
level casters.
We're calculating now. Just put it at 1 for now. We'll do the math from there.
As you wish.
Also, can you isolate the? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
you're gonna
I'm gonna
isolate.
I'm gonna isolate the
Yeah.
costs. Don't worry.
Oh, you are? Oh shit. Okay. Man, I was worried I was getting too much work for you.
Man's getting an itemized receipt.
I'm helping.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
yeah, I'm like, can I get an
I'm
itemized
I'm
receipt?
doing my job.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too. All right, calculating
Okay.
totals.
Bzz.
Plus 3.
Because in my head, right, I'm thinking let's just replace the knights for assassins and be done with it. You know.
Mm,
My concern with that is we kind of lose the option of penetrating.
I mean, the point is we don't have to penetrate if we knock out we disorient them, we knock out their command structure, and then while they're confused, we go in at them. You know, it's pretty much the same strategy except different approach to it.
But then if the assassins fail, then we're left with nothing from them.
Yeah, that's true as well. Well, I mean,
And-
you could say the same for the knights as well. If the knights fail, we're left with nothing, right?
well, no. Now we
So if we have
have.
a
Well, now we
spread-
have less muscles to work with. Like,
Oh, yeah. If you have a spread, then yeah, okay. At least we have a plan B on top of it. Yeah.
All right, here is your total costs from your suggested outlook. I will be putting these in Discord for you under notes.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So we're looking at 62,000.
So in the order presented, is how all the costs are going to be regulated. So this is the cost without mountaineering. 30,000 gold pieces to purchase, and then 3,650 gold pieces for upkeep per month. And then with your mountaineering, total cost is, here, I'll just put mountaineering.
That's 120%, right? That's 45 grand?
No, it's
It's 1.5.
Plus-
1.5. It's 45,000.
Yeah, 45 grand.
Yeah, it's 45,000.
Oh,
GP.
it's not
Five.
plus 100.
It's not plus 150.
No,
it's
no,
plus
no, no.
50.
It's plus 50. It's 150% of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's why
No
aquatic
wonder
says
your
plus
cost is
150.
so high.
Oh.
God damn it!
That's why aquatic is just so high, comparably.
Times. And then this is your cost.
I think that's about. I don't think.
You think that's doable with this? 45?
There you go.
I think.
I think. Nah, we cut knights out. Nah, knights too much. Gotta cut a bit of the knights out.
So instead of doing that, don't give the knights mountaineering. Instead, give them glory.
That's more.
That's okay.
Well, yeah, but we want them to have it regardless, but we don't necessarily want to give them both.
I
But
think I much rather give them both. Mountaineering is the
The bare
prerequisite
minimum.
for this mission. Right. We cannot get rid of that. That's the
So,
thing.
you want us to know how much it would cost for your 15 knights to get
Glory.
To get glory and mountaineering?
Sure.
Hold on. The 15 knights is the 7,500. Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
So mountaineering is 150 plus glorious is 250. So that means it's a total of 400%. So it's times 4 of that, which means that your cost
We're over budget.
is going to be times
Over
4.
budget.
30,000 just to purchase the knights, and then their cost per upkeep is 6,000 a month.
yeah, we're over budget.
Okay, so
That's way more than our
it's
current.
multiplicative. Okay, I see.
Wait, no, wouldn't it be times 3?
No, it's additive. It's
It would be 400% of base cost,
yeah, times 4.
so it'd be an extra 300%.
Okay.
Right?
No. When you're adding them, when you're adding more than one, then the cost increases that much more. So getting one just by itself, that's the base cost. Getting a second one added adds it on top of it. It then becomes true additive.
Okay,
Oh.
So,
so
it's 400% of the cost, which is times 4.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
God.
not 3,000%. You see.
Okay, so let's not do that. The first thing
That's expensive, but it is.
That's
what
expensive.
we should also do is we should also calculate the 7,500 gold we need for the 5 elixirs of absolution. Because that's an absolute cost we have to pay.
For starters, let's talk about the knights first. Can we not have 50 knights?
Okay, 50
That's
knights
the-
is a bit
that's the
much.
bump.
If it's like
5
that,
knights
I'd
Let's
be
talk
okay with.
5 or 10.
I'm okay with
5
5 knights, 1 for each squad, and I'll just deal with not having a night squad.
I mean, just have a 5-night squad.
I
A 5.
You just want to have 20 assassins?
You know, it's okay. It will be a lot
Yes,
cheaper.
kill them. Kill them.
I'm not.
I mean,
would
at
be a lot
that point, why
cheaper.
not just have all assassins?
You
Like,
can't have all assassins.
I'm not knocking it. If you want 20 assassins, I say go for it.
No, just take 10 away from the knights and put them in inventory, back where they were. Like,
Hey, we could technically run it like we've been running everything else and have a bunch of assassins and spies and pre-strike the fucking outpost.
Hold on. Let's not go into. Let's not rush into this discussion.
let's not method into madness. Actual warfare.
I need. You know that's how we're
Okay,
gonna do it, right?
No, that is not. I refuse. There's no way we actually get away with it. We can't keep getting away with this. No, there's no way we get away with it in actual warfare.
We'll show you. Okay, the combat engineers being 5k is reasonable, right? I'm happy with 5 combat
Oh my
engineers.
god. Oh my god.
450. The monks are expensive, but good cost though.
See, here's the thing.
Against
Nara,
Netherians, it seems like a good idea.
in the same way
It's
that
a
you
good
see combat engineers as worth it, I see knights as worth it. That is how my mind is working.
Hold on a second.
So we keep.
Do we want to put it on casters?
Well, do you want to? So we can take knights.
Just so you know, by the way.
and then we can have 10 spies and 10 casters.
Well, just so you know, right? The casters are at first level, so this is the bare minimum cost.
Yeah.
So just bear that in
I-
mind. This is the lowest we're gonna get.
I do not think we need more than 5 spies. I think in terms of because they don't have. Is a spy equivalent to infantry in terms of like combat potential? Look at him. Like, do they have weapons?
Yeah, they count as archers in base combat.
They count as archers in base combat? Okay.
Can they perform saboteur maneuver, meaning like poisoning the wells and stuff like that?
Nope, that's combat engineers, baby. Woo!
Oh, those guys? Ooh.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. How would it work in that case? In that sense, like how will we sneak them in and then have them poison the well? And then
assassins. Sorry.
Oh, those are assassins.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what assassins are. Combat engineers could do that, but well, saboteur. When you say saboteur, like blowing up a wall, that's combat engineer, right? But like poisoning a well,
Okay.
that's assassin.
Okay. So what about if I'm looking for like a recce, like somebody who is to do field reports?
Field report would be a spy, which is essentially what they are.
Okay. So they're not archers.
Well,
Roger. Okay.
Well, no, they are. That's their base combat attack is archery, but they do a lot of different things. They're not a.
Oh, I understand. I was referring
yeah,
to
yeah.
the ranger that you offered. Yeah. I got you. I got you.
Listen,
So, Kidam, are you familiar with the guardsman?
The guardsmen of what?
40k?
So the guardsman is essentially, well, from my understanding, a guardsman is somebody who creates a line in the middle of the enemy
Yes, combat controller.
line. Yeah, the combat controllers. These
Yeah,
are
I
the
know-
people
I
who
know,
will prevent
that's-
enemies from getting reinforcements.
That's what knights are. Knights are your tactical commanders, right? But remember, this isn't a core military. This is medieval times, so it's not.
Oh, right. So there's no
Warfare
trench
has,
warfare.
yeah, you're using modern day military techniques, which we've developed much longer than they.
One more question. As an alchemist without any arcane proficiency, okay, I have arcane proficiency, but I'm not a caster, right?
Yeah.
How possible is it for me to make a potion of fly?
What do you mean? You can, if you have the
Just
recipe, you can
research
just
it.
make it. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Just try to discover it, find it, and then use it.
yeah. Then you just make
Play
it.
So-
your best.
So have you guys played Baldur's Gate?
No,
Do you
Yeah.
know the what was the fucking guy's called again? The illithid.
Yeah.
The
Mind Flayers?
like the Mind Flayer invasion. Just think about it. All of us just float towards them.
Oh, not this plan. No.
Like I'm thinking we get
Okay.
120 potion of flight and then we Mind Flay
Let's
their
bring
ass. You
it-
know?
Let's bring it to practical. Because
Okay.
I don't want to be guiding bolt shot down from the air by a barrage.
Skill issue, but still okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so
okay.
The angel meets our forces in the air and says no.
Kidam, how long will it take specifically for a combat engineer, and how many will it take for them to create a watchtower high enough to, let's say, 100 feet tall? Or
100
maybe
feet tall.
something.
Jesus Christ, dude! They're
Yeah,
not making
that's
that.
okay, maybe,
yeah, no.
sorry, maybe not 100 feet. Like let's say 30
30.
feet tall.
To answer your question, the more combat engineers you have work. So what a combat engineer actually does in game is it gives the squad it's attached to the ability to perform an engineering action. So that means they can do things like build a bridge, fortify a position, build a watchtower, stuff like that. That's in
Right.
combat. Out of combat, the number of engineers you have just make everything go faster.
So with the amount we have right now, and I say I need like 2 build right now to just watch out for Mytharians, how long will it take? Let's say 5 of them right now.
5, they could probably build a watchtower in 3 days.
3 days. Okay, that's still quite a bit of time. To let's
Well,
say
I
bring it down
mean-
to 1 day. How many will
mean-
how many will it take?
10, I think.
10? Okay.
But there is a limitation of how many men you actually have working on it, because you only have 120 total.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
the combat engineers don't do it themselves; they direct others to do it.
They're architects.
Yeah, they're the architects. They're the people that know how to do that shit.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I mean they
So-
also do it themselves, but
Yeah.
they don't do it by themselves.
It's that a whole squad of 20 combat engineers isn't exponentially better than, a few combat engineers directing a bunch of guys. Is that right?
there is
cooks
there
in the
there
kitchen.
are diminishing returns. Yes.
Okay. Too many cooks in the kitchen, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Too many
If I'm looking for a
supervisors.
if I'm looking for a battalion stopper, like a sniper of sorts, who would that be? Would it be the assassins?
That or a mercenary, iconic character, something like that. One of you,
Yeah.
Okay.
someone like you. Yeah.
Yeah.
An exceptional archer of sufficient skill.
Okay.
Okay. That's Broke Harden. Hmm.
I think so. We're sticking with the 10 monks, right? Let's just talk about what we're locking in. That way we know what we're modifying. So we're sticking with the 10 monks, right? We good with that?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just gonna do this real quick.
Civimet, are you
We-
okay with the squad of 10 monks, 10 infantry?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're sticking with that. 20 rangers.
So we take.
We're sticking with that.
Yeah, I think we can honestly make the 20 Rangers into their own squad.
Yeah,
Is this a good number for you guys?
Yeah.
I disagree with 20 assassins.
That's a
Okay,
lot of
give me another.
assassins, but
It's a lot of assassins.
Well, you were talking about it a second ago. All right. So how
once
would you like
again,
it then?
too many cooks in the kitchen.
Well, this isn't a
Can-
cook's issue. This is a manpower issue, right?
Let's
I
not-
can't even
regardless, still.
imagine what
Yeah,
a
the money.
entire squad of
recommendation.
20 assassins moving on a battlefield would look like.
Oh, it looked real fucking cool.
I-
But still.
Arcade,
Well,
can
no,
you
you wouldn't
elaborate
see
what
them.
20
They're
assassins would look like in one squad?
Well,
No,
I
you
mean,
wouldn't see it.
you wouldn't see them.
Anyway, so
See?
if you don't want 20
I'm right.
assassins, how would you like to
That
have
was
this
so
arranged?
funny. I made High Priest leave.
Yes.
No, you made him return.
No, he came back.
Oh, sorry, I misread that.
Okay. So, if not 20 assassins, where would you like to spread them out to?
I like more divine casters.
Yeah, I would like to take
Or divine.
5
let's
assassins
do that.
out and have 5 more casters.
Okay, 5 assassins, 15 assassins, and 10 casters. Is this what we
Okay.
want?
I-
Disregard the dissemination, but
Yeah.
still, you get the idea.
I would personally like more knights, but I understand they're expensive, so I will agree to this. I think our casters should be 3rd level.
I think
That's,
if we
that's
can.
full cost.
Well, Kingdom, could you run this number for us? But this time the casters are 4th level.
The 3rd level, not 4th level.
Well, we want to
Let's do the
You want to do
We want to see the cost
Fourth-
first. We see
okay.
the cost
Fourth
first.
level,
Okay.
don't
Yeah,
have access to Fireball.
Hey,
3rd?
okay. Am I calculating this 4th level?
Fourth
Yes,
level.
4th level.
Okay, so
Yeah.
4th level casters, I can just tell you how much they're going to cost. How many casters you got? 10?
10.
So 10 at 4th level, caster wise, is going to put you at. on.
4K and 6K with mountaineering.
Yeah, 6,000 with mountaineering. And the upkeep cost would be 1,200.
1200. That's too much. Hold on.
How much would 3rd levels be?
8.
Third levels? So 3rd levels would be
No, 9, I think. 900.
4,500 to buy,
Mhm.
and then cost to field would be 900 gold per month.
It's more reasonable.
Is this what we want though? 5 spice. Kaden, would 5 spice be sufficient? Or is it overkill?
Well, nothing's technically overkill. The only one I would not overkill is Combat Engineer because that does have diminishing returns. I think 5 spies is plenty.
5
It
is
gives
plenty,
you a reasonable chance to learn somebody's movement.
Okay.
Sid, being from Isola, right? What would be the recommended from Silver's perspective?
120 assassins.
15
Like number of
assassins,
spies.
15 assassins and 5 spies is good.
Good enough for me? Okay.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Do you want to put? Would it be good to stack them all in one squad or spread them out?
Ideally.
Assassins
Well-
you do not want to mix
Mm,
because they move independently of the force. Putting
Okay.
them in a squad limits their capacity to do their job.
In that case,
yeah, like
Would
one
we
good
put them
example
with
is
us-
me in this
would
party.
would we put the assassins with the spies? Can
Uh,
those go together?
Yeah, those are fine.
I think more so the point is to like not have the assassins all
Yeah.
on one, but just spread them out to like 6.
No,
Yeah, I
that
think you said the opposite.
that's what I was saying not to do.
Mm,
Because the assassin is a skirmisher group that breaks away, so you don't want to have knights or infantry or stuff that gives their position away.
Okay.
So we have one assassin group with 15 assassins and 5 spies that Silver runs. We have 10 monk and 10 ranger, or 10 monk and 10 infantry. We have 20 ranger squad.
Let me just do a bit of min-maxing here, right? We do 5 caster 3rd level, 5 caster 4th level. No, hold on. 8 caster 3rd level, 2 caster 4th level. Sounds good?
Really?
Where do we want to put those 4th level casters?
Somewhere close to our hearts.
Like,
We'd
Well,
only
what are
really
the-
need
okay.
4 of them. Divine, anyway.
so you three have, so Brokar, Silver, and Elias have their own specialty squads. The 3 of us down here are basically running the infantry, with a couple of knights between us.
The
Is that
infantry's gonna
right?
die.
I mean,
Do we like this
wanna-
spread
looks
first?
like it.
I want to see the cost of this first before we decide on anything.
The
Right,
cost
sure.
of that.
Would you be? Would that
Yeah.
guys? Would you be okay with this? Like, can we finalize
Sure,
something?
yeah. Sure,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Good. All right, Kaden, we finalizing this. Sorry, not finalizing. Give us the cost for this for now.
Okay, I will give you the cost. So that's the same. That's the same. That looks the same. Okay.
I wonder what a recap for this is
And
gonna be.
is this
like.
all based on the basic, not the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 armament
Yeah,
stuff?
we haven't even added armament stuff.
Okay.
Right, exactly. We want the minimum first, and then we build up from there. We see if everybody gets a tier 1 or tier 2 armament. Also, armament also increase upkeep cost, right?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
We'll basically calculate for the 2 months and set aside the money for
So
the 2 months.
wait, did you adjust how many infantry it was? No, you didn't. Okay.
No, I did not. The
So,
changes are
50
nice.
50 infantry is still 5,000. Archers are 3,000. Monks are 4,500. Combat engineers are 5,000. And now I will start calculating with your new statistics. Okay, a knight sets you at. How many knights?
5.
5.
5 knights.
We could deck these knights out if we want to. If there's only 5 of them.
I mean,
Hmm.
the question is how do we spread them out? Because I guess we have a knight in. Elias, do you want a knight in your squad?
No.
Do you want a monk knight?
Wait,
They wear heavy armor.
Yeah, you can't. Silver doesn't want a knight.
Are
Brokar, do
slow.
you want a knight?
They can take a knight. They can help
No.
protect us in case someone gets close combat with us.
No, we want the archers to be fast. We want the archers
Yeah.
to not be slow.
Yeah, your
Specifically.
solution to not getting attacked is to be constantly moving away from them because you're lighter.
And we can hit from far away, so I don't know if it matters. If
Yeah,
we're fast.
probably you don't want a knight.
We're gonna-
If you're gonna have knights, just stick them all in the same squad.
Yeah,
That's
put
your
them all in the
tank
same-
squad, your breaker squad.
The knights are gonna be, if they're spread out, they're gonna be spread out across like
The Vanguard
whatever-
squad.
Yeah, whatever front line.
Yeah.
Okay, and spies. There.
Oh wow, I didn't know I have this.
8 third level casters.
Yes, 8 third level. Just for the record, the 4th levels are going to be arcane. Because I don't see the purpose of a...
Mass healing. It
That's
would be
the level.
very, like you said, it's not about specific spells. It's about, the calculations. So the amount of healing is probably relative to the level. We're not looking at specific spells in this case. Just relative power level.
Well, it looks like the Brass Baron does have arcane casters in there, so there's a hope for Cleveland to learn some shit.
It would be very nice to have Cleveland, Broseph, and Balthazar's squads just be kind of similarly built, close front line. We work together, meet the enemy, create the front line for Elias and Silver to play around, and then Brokar squad can be behind us.
Calculating now.
I think it would be more.
So how does mountain warfare normally happen? So I never really seen a mountain warfare. Never been exposed to it before. It's always island or
If you ever
jungle
want to
warfare.
know what that's like, look up World War II, the battle in the Swedish Alps and stuff like that.
Swedish. Okay.
Yeah, look that up.
Good old Hannibal and his war
Lots of
elephants
tunnels.
That's
crossing
another
the
great
Alps.
example. Yeah, the crossing of the crossing of the mountains by Hannibal, a great one.
Yeah, that guy was a psycho though.
That dude was. I will sacrifice 2/3 of my men to say, "Ha fuck you." Like,
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was.
yeah, it was
Wiped
crazy.
the floor with them though, didn't he?
They did. He beat their shit. Nobody saw him coming. Dude came down with elephants over a mountain. Nobody
think-
saw that shit coming, dude.
I think they saw him coming. They just were like, "Oh,
There's
okay."
no way. There's no way. They were just like, that's
Like,
not
look,
real.
Also,
this is the
they've never
third
seen a
scouting
fucking
report we've
elephant.
received. There are
Yeah,
casualties.
those
Nah.
people have never seen an elephant. They're like, there's no way. It'd be like if they said, oh, there's dragons comes. Like, dragons aren't real. And then a fucking dragon shows up.
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck. And then you're like... Imagine fighting an elephant if you've never seen one before with a spear and a shield. You're like, fuck that, dude. Like...
Shadow Legs.
Alright.
Literal monster.
Alright, I have your costs. So the cost for that synopsis is 29,200 gold pieces to purchase, 3,190 for upkeep without Mountaineer. With Mountaineer, it's 43,800 to purchase and 4,785 gold pieces a month to upkeep.
So it's barely a modification from the last one when we had 15 knights.
Can I have it in writing? I need to review it. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
barely touched. It's barely under the last one, where we had 15 knights.
don't matter. If it's one goal difference, I still want to see it. Thank you.
It's 1,200. Oh, wait, no. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, 1200.
Well, like, that's for the purchasing cost, but, like, that's not, like, a flat.
I think we're broke, right? I think we're broke, guys.
Yes.
Actually, that's plenty. Because we only need like 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, whatever. We'll still
But calculating
have...
all of it is going to be this
Okay,
much.
so let's calculate our current amount of gold that we have. We can use. We have 6,404.20. Let's subtract the cost of the potions of absolution, which is written up here.
So we've got the 64,000 plus the extra 10,000 that the Raspberry gave us.
No, that's including the extra. Which it should
Oh,
be.
is that including it? I thought we already had 64.
No, no,
No.
no. That's including it.
That should
Raspberry
be
didn't give us enough.
included. You want to tell him that?
I'll tell him that if you want me to.
We have just enough to have about. If we make this buy, we have 3,000 gold left over.
Yeah.
First of all, your count is
Also-
wrong. We don't have that kind of money. We have more than that. This is how much we have.
How much do we have?
Don't we also have a ton of jewels?
That is literally what I wrote down above. I subtracted the cost of the 5 potions of absolution we need in order to have Ozen.
So first of all, I'm not going to waste money on that fucking Ozen shit. He can come and fight us if he has the balls to do so.
Us? No, it's going to be you. It's going to be you.
Multi by
And be
association,
quiet.
brother.
Come again? Come again? Sorry?
You
Cleveland?
were talking to me, I was memeing.
Oh.
The
No, I'm not
absolution
wasting money on
cost
Ozen
is-
shit.
The absolution cost is non-negotiable. That's the one
Mhm.
non-negotiable.
Not-
I will
First of
field.
all,
I will field
I will-
20 infantry. I am fine with that. I am fine without having a single special unit. You can have your 15 assassins, your 5 spies, and do your hero shit in the backline.
first
I'm
of
fine
all,
with
I don't remember this being a squad only thing. This is central command shit, alright?
No, this is squad. This is not central command.
We're not having squad stupid in our platoon, alright? It's a central command.
We are not doing central command.
I don't think we can do
Amazing.
central command.
It does not make sense with the number of units we have. We can do squad, so we should do squad. We have the potential to control that.
This has to be the single most retarded thing I've heard in a long time.
We really aren't big enough for it, Nara. I don't think we can afford.
Precisely, we're small. That's why we can do
officers.
central command.
No, we don't
No.
have
Central command is
officers.
forced that larger.
Yeah, that was the whole point. You don't have officers, you don't have flag bearers, you don't have signalers, stuff like that. And you also don't have the training for that. That's what the commander feat is for. Yeah.
Well, I don't care about a non-negotiable absolution potion. That's not happening. We're not spending money on that. You want to take that? Take it out of my dead body.
We're spending money on that.
We're
Sorry to
spending
tell you.
on that.
I'll kill you for it. Touch it and I'll send a dagger to your neck.
I'll kill you.
You
Good
won't
one.
have what it takes to be.
Good one, guys.
You want to go right now?
10 out of 10.
If you guys really want to save some money, do you want to try and just go no knights and add those 5 back to the so 55 infantry?
Well, the problem. Well, here's what. Kadam, can we visit the mercenary group first before we move
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
I want
yeah.
to increase.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because this crown here is spending our money before we even have the opportunity to do.
You guys agreed on that before we even got to this part. I don't know why
Yeah.
you're calling him a clown. Like, you agreed to this already.
I did not agree to the absolution proportion.
You did.
You did.
Did
You
you
did.
did?
I
Alright.
did not.
If I go back and check the bod and then put you saying, yeah, sure, let's do that. Come on, buddy.
I did. Vote me. Fucking lock me.
Okay. All right. Well,
Not right now, but
we'll put that aside,
We'll
and
put that aside.
I'll go get some mercenary stuff for you guys.
Okay.
Let me see
I
which. What'd you say, Seven
I don't know if he necessarily agreed to the absolution potions.
He certainly
I
didn't
did not
disagree
agree.
either.
Well, that is not the same as agreeing, okay?
Yes, but it also isn't the same as I will kill you if you do it.
Well, I will kill you
Fair
if you
enough.
spend my money.
Fair enough. Like, that's not the same either. Like,
I will spike your drink with an absolution potion. So fucking help me.
wow. Anyway, let me
I-
go get these open for you.
And I said that was a non-negotiable part for me, Nara.
Well, sure, for you, not for all of us.
Man.
Also,
If
we
one
don't
of
have
us
to spend that
breaks
money.
it,
We
then
have the
it's-
resources for it.
Anyway, shall I bring up your options here?
yes,
Thank you,
please.
do.
Sure.
Okay.
Get us away from this.
Give me just a second. I need to calculate where everyone is
You know what? Fuck it. I'll ask hold him down.
in the timelines. Who is available? Let's see. You guys are after the fall of the wall. Oh. I will put their pictures up because I don't know where their tokens are right now. Is that okay with you guys?
That
Cool with
works
me.
for me.
Let's see here. Oh,
Gabe,
he's
Gabe,
he's dead
Gabe,
now.
Gabe.
Can't use him. He's dead.
Gabe is not available.
Oh no.
I think this guy's available.
Oh, we like him.
Cestus?
That guy, I like this guy. He has a cool. He has one of the druid feats I like.
Is that an
I forgot
aura?
what it's called.
Is that an Azura?
I think he's.
That's the
I think-
Sentinel.
That's the
I
second.
think he's a sentinel.
Let's see, he's gone. Choppy, I think, is actually in the area at this. You double check.
But yeah, I really like this orc.
I think she is. So this one.
Is that a spy?
Uh,
That's interesting.
She's not. He's definitely not. I think this guy is.
Oh, he fit right in.
Oh, what you're viewing in character right now are dossiers. They're like
Oh.
Okay.
they're like information provided by the Adventuring Guild. So
Resume.
essentially,
Mm.
Running these through ChatGPT.
is this guy available? Let me double check my. Yes, this guy should be available.
Like him.
Dwarf definitely puts him above the rest, because, you know, fucking dwarf. Hopefully he's
Dwarf
good
puts
at
him below
demons.
the rest. Because he's a fucking dwarf.
I'm actually looking at the orc, because the orc might be native to the mountains.
This guy
You're right.
should be available.
Also druid. Ah,
Oh, this
shit.
guy was fun.
Wait a
Okay,
minute.
if we get a monk mercenary, can he help perform the training?
If we pay him.
You're paying him for it, yeah.
But no shit we're paying him, right? But can he help out in the training?
If you pay him to train, yeah.
Yeah, he can help.
Okay.
Which one was that? That wasn't the bow slinger, was it?
I think the first one is the.
Oh, this guy's available now.
Guy is that?
Ah!
Hey, that
Oh.
guy's
Oh.
what was he, Ancestor Warrior or something?
Yeah, his ancestor warrior. I hope he's okay. It's like, fuck, dude. I hope that the fucking practitioner is alright. Or former practitioner, yeah. He probably just took up.
These are all... This looks like Waymaker's art, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
they're
are
all.
all-
They're all
Waymaker's
Waymaker.
fucking pog.
Yes, he
Like,
is.
I know I've said it before, I just gotta always say it.
He really is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Waymaker really do be the top G.
This guy.
You gonna say that with Nora and Cole? Man.
What?
Nara doesn't listen to me anyways, I'm fine.
True.
First of all, they're on the same team.
Yeah. First of all, this is not a competition, alright? We're not fucking cringy like you.
But would you win the competition?
Yeah, well, there's no competition though, so.
Uh-oh.
I mean, on different. Here's the thing: me and Waymaker perform art in different fields. Right? I'm an animator. He's a comic artist. If the contest was comic, then I would probably lose that one. But if you ask me to animate, I was smoking.
Smoke him. He would also be. Where is he? Where are you?
So many.
Fuck.
This really is like I have a stack of dossiers up,
Yes.
just piling on top of each other.
Yeah, I have them resized and fit nicely on my screen right now.
Shit, you're right. I'll resize them.
That's
I mean,
that's
I
what
understand.
that's what I'm doing on
I just have them stacked up at full size.
I've just been popping them out like a madman.
Hey!
Holy shit!
That's the Osro.
All right, those are your available adventures. I will
don't see
go
a single
through.
wizard in this list.
I will go through each of them to explain what their abilities are, and what their abilities are, and what their powers are.
Alright, let's go.
So first up, we have in the top left the orc, Brock, son of Jock. He is a sentinel, which is a druid monk. His specialties are defense, thorns type gameplay, hurting enemies that attack him. He also has access to third level spells. His spell list is Primal Savagery, Thorn Whip, Ice Knife, Absorb Elements, Protection from Evil and Good, Lesser Restoration, Wither and Bloom, Flame Blade, Protection from Energy, and Revivify.
Sorry, Thorn Whip is the one that pulls enemy from flying, yeah?
That's pull enemy, yeah.
Question: Where is he from natively?
It does not say on his dossier.
Understood.
Okay, that's Brock for you. Next up we have is a character referred to as Choppy. Choppy is a charlatan, which is a combination of Bard Rogue. Yes. She possesses uncanny disguise abilities. She has the ability to give enemies disadvantage on saving throws. She is a master disguiser and stealth specialist. That's Choppy. Next up is Elakar, who is the black-furred cat person. He is a Shadowthorn, which is a rogue druid. His specialty is obviously using poisons to overcome his enemies, with a focus on melee combat and hit and run abilities. He's also druid first, so he has access to third level spells.
What's his spell list?
His spell list is unprepared.
Nice. Oh, so we can decide that.
No, I will. Wait, should you choose him?
Okay.
I didn't finish building him.
I see.
He's one of the ones I missed.
What level are these characters built at?
All of the iconic characters are level 8.
Wait, 8 levels only third level spells?
Well, yeah, because he's a half and half.
Oh, okay.
He's
But
druid
normally
rogue.
they'll be 4th, yeah?
Yeah, normally if they're a full caster, they'd be at 4th, yeah.
I see.
But he's a half caster, so.
Gotcha.
Alright, and that's Elakar for you. Next up we have is Gamble Deep Delve, which is the dwarf. Gamble is a Forge Sworn, which is he's an individual that specializes in using battlefield acumen and the applying of his smithing kit on the battlefield, granting bonuses and buffs as you battle alongside him. His base class is Paladin. He has a specialty in lightning damage.
Broken Oaks.
His spell list is... He can cast 3rd level spells because he's full Paladin. He has access to the Divine Smite, Divine Sense, Lay on Hands, supernatural abilities, as well as Healing Word, Chromatic Ward, Thunderous Smite, Spiritual Weapon, Aid, Call Lightning, and Lightning Bolt. He is one zappy boy.
Question. Would a character like that reduce the cost of upkeep for armors and armaments?
For you, yeah.
He will? Okay.
Yeah, for you.
Roughly, do we know how much? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
never mind.
for
I got
you, not for the whole army, no. Okay, next up we have is Gug Shale Scalp. He is an abolisher. An abolisher is a cleric monk. He is cleric first. He has mending, sacred flame, bless, healing word, shield of faith, aid, hold person, spiritual weapon, dispel magic, and counterspell. He also is a ranged specialist monk, focusing on the use of his beard beads, which he uses as a sling. Alright, next up we have is Yagan Scarwise. Yagan Scarwise is an ancestral warrior. He is fighter first, I believe. Yeah, he's a fighter first. He is a full, all-in frontline character. He breaks lines, he kills the enemy, and he doesn't give a shit about it. Next up, we have is John Horton. He is a key weaver. A key weaver being the monk sorcerer. His spells are, because he's sorcerer first, Firebolt, Control Flame, Burning Hands, Chaos Bolt, Thunderwave, Scorching Ray, Mirror Image, Fireball, and Haste. And key weavers are sick. So, they do a lot of cool stuff. He also has the Charred Hands feature. Let's see here. Then last, but certainly not least, we have Felix Rusco, the ex-practitioner and exile of Mytheria. He is an Asura. Combining the effects of his monk training first and his barbarian training after, his focus is on using his ex-practitioner abilities in conjunction with his newfound anger.
How much would it be to hire them? Is there a cost for each of them?
You have to negotiate with them. You'll have to meet with them. But you can send word to them and they will come meet you during your downtime.
I'm looking at the Charlatan, Ancestral Warrior, and the Asura.
I'm looking at the Monk Druid orc.
Since okay, it says ex-practitioner and all that. Do we have any like former affiliations with these mercenaries, like Druid maybe? Like, are they all independent, or how does that work? Or does Dossier not say?
They are available for adventuring work. Elrond does not question people's past.
All right.
Say, can we hire a company, like a body of people?
You can. Would you like to discuss the mercenary companies? I could bring them up for you if you'd wish.
Yeah, the mercenary companies, ideally. That was my concern, right? The number of fighters we have.
Sure. All right. One moment while I generate that list for you. And I'm really just showcasing Waymaker art. That's
Yeah, this is a Waymaker gallery.
that's really all I'm doing is just showing off his impressive body of work. God, he has drawn so much for me. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like what, 300 of it? 357?
Okay, one moment. I have to make one quick token to represent. One moment, please. He just sent me this batch, so let me get the leader. I hope you guys like this stuff. Like,
Oh, it's
sorry,
fantastic.
I'm having a great time. I love this kind of shit.
It's-
This is exploration and social,
think-
all of it all rolled into one.
We definitely want to look at talking about selling some of our items to get some more gold.
Yeah.
That'll be a conversation.
And the statue. We're selling the fucking statue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's gonna buy the statue in here?
For raw
Someone who
materials,
thinks they
I
can
would-
sell it. Someone who thinks they can sell it for more somewhere else.
raw materials alone, it was 10,000 gold.
Could also sell it to the Brass Baron himself as a bartering chip.
Also, let's check something real quick.
Give me
I feel like
just
the
a
best friend.
moment, please.
So yeah, even if we do get 120 infantry, 10k is just not enough. The Brass Baron really didn't give us enough.
Well, you didn't have to fill out the full squad size.
Oh, 120? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just the maximum.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't have to do 120 men. That's just the maximum size that you can command.
Say for your company, do you think 120 is enough? Or do you think we're a little on the low end?
Saying that, if you have the money to afford it, you should do more. Because, like I was saying before, numbers matter.
Right. Right.
Alright. You are given a set of mercenary documents of the nearby companies available for hiring. The first that are made available are the Abacus. Their leader, Annabelle Coyne, is actually in the encampment right now. The Abacus are a mercenary group who treat money as the number one highest spiritual entity. Money comes first. That's all that matters. They are professional and try to get the job done. Best of their ability.
Question: with their
Next,
policy of money comes first, can they be bought out mid-fight?
Nope.
I mean, not necessarily.
Okay, so if they take a job,
Meaning they don't have morals when it comes to that stuff, is what that means. They'll take a job as long as the pay is equal.
okay.
They're also shrewd negotiators. And if you're going to make them do something they don't like, they're going to charge you for it.
Got it.
Okay, next. The Bloody Rose. The Bloody Rose are a mercenary company that care only about getting the job done. Collateral damage be damned. They also tend to favor missions that deal with death, specifically. They are led by Captain Salander Rose. So if you need some blood work done, they're the mercenary company for you. Next up are the Iron Cross, led by Grandmother Iron. The Iron Cross are amongst the specialized elites. They don't take a mission unless they believe they can complete it, and they complete it with the utmost professionalism. That is the highest course, is professionalism first. So. Finally, you have the last two. Tyson Freeheart, the captain of the River Kings. He is an individual that values freedom over all other things, as do the rest of his kings, and they are specialists at logistical training, at logistical movement. They sail the rivers that cover Corvanus with utmost efficiency and speed. They also tend to be more of the roguish persuasion.
Yeah, not those guys.
And then finally, master seamen and even more masterful traders, duelists, entrepreneurs, and businessmen are the Silver Coast Trading Company, or the SCTC, led by Captain Artemis Felche.
Okay.
There you go.
So
So what's the head count for each of them?
What do you mean?
How many men do they have?
A lot. The question is
100?
not how many they have. No, like thousands. The question is
Okay.
how much can you can afford?
Okay. I assume this is done in
RP.
RP.
Yes, you'll have to do that in RP.
So let's
Bas-
get everybody except for the second last one.
Basically, summon the ones that you want to talk to. And you'll either talk to them or a representative of them. Funnily enough, when I gave the options to Golden Gallows for their mercenary companies, I did not include the fifth one because of the Anvanti. There's no way they would have taken them.
So what's the name of the second last one? The one that values freedom?
The
The
River
River
Kings.
The River Kings? Yeah. I say everybody except for the River Kings.
They
I
they are in order: the Abacus, Bloody Rose, the Iron Cross, the River Kings, and the Silver Coast Trading Company.
I say we strike the Silver Coast Trading Company because
They look expensive.
yeah, it's expensive and naval specialization doesn't really come in. It feels like we're very outside of their range of expertise. And I say we strike the Bloody Rose on principle of not working with cutthroat murderers.
I don't care if they're
Okay.
murderers. I just need the job done.
I do care. We have other options. As Broseph, I should clarify. Broseph refuses to work with people that will just kill people they could take as prisoners. Unfortunately. That whole, trying to be a good guy thing. So, Abacus or Iron Cross are probably the best bets.
I want to speak to the Bloody Rose. But the last two, I don't need them. I don't need naval guys. We don't need them for now. Also, Kidam, if we train them for mountaineering, do we have to cover their costs as well?
You don't cover any of the costs of training any of the mercenary individuals. You pay their upfront cost, and then they join you. They bring their own specialists. They bring their own squads.
Yeah. And they do their own stuff, right?
Basically, you don't adjust anything they do. You hire them, and they help you.
Gotcha. All right.
We don't
Let's
micromanage
get
them.
the first three then.
So you guys want to meet with the Abacus, the Bloody Rose, and the Iron Cross?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
I will put that down on the list. Jesus, has it really been 500 characters? Waymaker? That's wild.
And then
Jeez.
which
That's a
of the mercenaries do we want to talk to?
Abacus, Bloody Rose, and Iron Cross.
I feel like the Bloody Rose might be the cheaper of the lot if we give them all that they want.
Eh.
We'll see though. We'll see. If they're too
Yeah.
expensive, then no.
You got a
Right now
lot
my
of
cost is
you got a lot of role playing to do.
I think next session we start with finances and liquidating assets that we have. So we
Can we
know how
liquidate
much-
now?
What?
Can we just do the liquidating now? I feel like we should do it now.
Okay.
So that we can
So
talk about it
liquidating
all
now.
across the week.
It
Let's
should
just
be
do the
noted
liquidating now.
that there is a bit of a warning from the Brass Baron on some of these.
Oh,
The Abacus tend to charge more based off of time spent. The Bloody Rose does not take contracts that don't offer enough fighting for their people. The Iron Cross is a Matherian allied mercenary company in terms
Oh,
of they
God.
have many Matherians in them. But that doesn't mean that they are not taking sides in the war. You'll have to have more of that explained when you meet with their representative. The River Kings have probably
the free spirits.
well, the River Kings have this kind of like weird, difficult to articulate. they basically have this they're luckier, I guess, because they kind of get involved. They have a lot of rogue adjacent individuals, so there's that as well. The Silver Coast Trading Company is probably, I'd probably say it's the weaker choice if you're not going the naval route, because a lot of their stuff is about fighting at sea. Although, I should point out that they add a mercantile bonus. So, if you want to actually make money while at war, they're your company.
Out of all of these pictures, that one Columbus guy actually gives me evil vibes. I don't know how to say it. Fucking weird.
They're saying Columbus is evil.
It's uncanny.
It's very weird.
I don't know. When I first saw him, I thought it was just like, man, that's good art. Man, is that character bland.
No.
Can we like not do the let's not do the Mytharian ones now? Now that I think about it.
Okay, so they're Mytharian allied, but that doesn't mean that they won't help you take Mornhow.
Well,
it's
I
just
think
like,
a nice.
the only way I can explain it is that you have to just meet with her. You have to talk with them to figure out what it's like.
No harm in talking to them. They might also be able to send us people that aren't Betharian aligned. If we're only asking for 20 or so people and they have thousands, we can just specify.
I'm looking for a large body of people, you see.
But
let's liquidate our shit first. Liquidate our shit first. I need to know how much money we have first. Because last thing I need to do is, say, hey, we've only got 20 gold for you guys.
Well, I'll let you guys decide it. I'll just prepare them all. You can talk to any of them.
Thank
you. Okay.
Because we're pretty much at time anyway, so.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, can we liquidate?
We can make a list of what we're going to liquidate over the next week.
Yeah, you just list the stuff you want to liquidate, and I'll handle it.
Yep.
All right.
Do you have trick and mastery in merchants kit?
Yes, trick and mastery.
Okay, then it should be fine.
So just put in notes like what magic items you have on your character sheet and that you're going to liquidate.
Yep.
Are we doing now or?
I mean, we can do that.
I mean, we're at session time.
Session's
so,
ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After this, we can go over stuff.
Yeah, just type it all up for me, and then I'll handle it outside of session, so that way we can start with our feet to the ground next time.
Okay, gotcha. Man.
Also,
We
big
still
shout
have
out
this?
once again. Big shout out to Waymaker and his art.
Thank you,
bud.
Waymaker.
Thanks, bud.
500 and counting.
It looks really good, and I actually really like how the leader looks, because he's so professional corporation that he has no personality at all. He's just a psychopath. It's awesome. Like
That's what I was
really.
I can't wait to roleplay him, dude. God, there's a reason
What's
I
his
didn't.
voice?
His voice is.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Like he's just like.
I have recently come into a nice crop of Enfantry, if it would interest you.
Oh my god.
He's a psychopath, man. I can't wait. He's my version of Christopher Columbus. There's a reason I didn't offer him to the Gallows and Gold group as one of their mercenary companies, because it's like there's no way they're gonna work for him. Like there's no fucking way. It's like,
would you like to enslave your own people?
that kind of shit like that. There's no way. I can't wait. I can't wait to roleplay that guy. Anyway, I will prepare all of them, and you guys can talk to them if you want.
Yes.
Or their representatives. So.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Good stuff. Good session.
We did not cover everything.
You had a lot done.
No, not enough.
Oh,
Take
also,
too fucking long, motherfucker.
also, now that you guys have kind of decided your people, I have some news. I'm going to be hiring Waymaker to make your units, your elite units,
Oh,
Sick.
as the Brass Shadow. So you'll actually have
Amazing.
people you'll fight alongside of with token art and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Fuck
nice.
I'll even see if I can't afford a couple of extra special ones, so I can have distinguished soldiers that rise up the cream of the crop, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be kind of cool too, but we'll see. I also intend to use them in against other parties that fight the Brass Baron, which I think would be really cool. Yeah.
Why would anyone fight our guy?
You know why?
Aren't we the good guys?
No, we are not.
Oh,
No.
What, Cleveland? Why aren't we the good guys?
But Cleveland,
But
we're
Cleveland.
the good guy.
Rose, if I had to swear an oath to that, I wouldn't drink someone to death because I knew I would.
Damn it.
You guys are great. Good games, guys.
Good game.
Hug
Good
/
stuff.
and/or kisses.
Fan art?
Oh, let's go see if
Yeah.
there's any fan art. I'm looking.
Any meme art?
Any memes?
Yeah.
Any memers?
Yep.
Oh, there is a couple of memers.
No fiat.
No fan art.
Oh, yes. Very good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's not it.
But the big question is, though,
This
would
is,
Billy have his
the-
unit?
The party's impression of Mitharian forces. What they're actually like. In the military style, in the military style. Up, 2, 3, 4. Keep it up. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Isn't a group of elephants called a company?
Yes.
I think so, right?
We
Keep
are
it up.
elephants,
2,
yes.
3, 4. Keep it up. 2, 3.
It's called a parade
Oh, is it
or a herd.
a parade?
Uh,
That
yeah.
that makes more sense. What is a company called? Let's see, like of animals. What group of animals is called a company?
Parrots.
Parrots. Oh,
I know they're like ferrets.
Company
like
of
business.
parrots.
a company of parrots.
Huh.
An ostentation
sense.
of peacocks.
An ostentation of peacocks. I love that one.
Bruh.
An unkindness of ravens.
An army of frogs.
So a bunch of
Wait,
crows.
hold up. A murder of crows or an unkindness of ravens?
Yeah, an unkindness of ravens is awesome.
Yeah, you know what Two
That's
Crows is
funny.
called? Attempted murder.
Haha, very good joke, Noel. Looks at
Hilarious.
camera. He did
Who
a great
decided
job.
these names?
Mm-hmm.
Big
What
hung
is
with
an
it.
owl?
Your
What is a group of
mom.
owl?
Ha! Thanks for
I'm
watching,
sorry.
everybody. I'll catch you guys next time.
Bye bye.
See ya.